That took longer. That took longer than I thought. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, why am I so off center? Why am I so off? There we go. Okay, maybe not a little off center. Just a little. There we go. Ah, how am I today? I burned my tongue yesterday, so everything tastes weird today. Um, I ate. I was making some homemade patties, like microwave some patties yesterday, and it was hot, and I burned my tongue, and now I'm suffering an unimaginable fate. Thank you guys for asking. Oh, you got a Nintendo Switch too? That's nice. I didn't get anything besides the aforementioned burnt tongue, which again doesn't feel that good. Doesn't feel that good. Doesn't feel that good. But you know what does feel good? You guys showing up on a random Thursday night at, I would like to say, a reasonable hour. I would think it's a reasonable hour, right? Um, for a Thursday. So you might be asking, why am I why am I doing this? Why today? Why today? Why not on Saturday? And the real reason is I kind of just wanted to. I was going to go to the gym today, but I decided not going to do that. But then the energy I have from going to the gym, like my pre workout kicked in. So I was like, let me just get on the internet and just rant about things. Because I think that's what you guys like. You like it when I rant. And boy, oh boy, do I have some things. Do I have some things? What shall we talk about? What shall we talk about? I'm also thinking. I think I do gotta watch. I think I do gotta watch the EDP thing. I'm still debating if I should watch that on stream or just by myself and talk about it later. Because like I do think there's some merit in talking about it, but that's for Saturday. Well, I'll leave a poll up and we can do that for Saturday. But just for today, we're just getting things off my chest. I'll pop some things off, and it might get a little political. I know you guys wouldn't expect that from me to talk about anything political on this channel, but we might get a little political tonight. But I'll put in some palate cleansers. I'll put in some palate cleansers so you guys aren't just mad all the time. Ugh, political. I know. Politics. Oh my god, on this channel. Oh my god. You watch Dead Man watch that? Yeah, I figured Dead Man would watch EDP. Not like I'd figure, but like there's no way they're not gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? Just like there's no way I'm not gonna talk about it. I just want to make sure everyone's prepared because when I do it, which will probably be on Saturday, I know people get uncomfortable with stuff like that, but we do with some uncomfortable things. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna sort of like sandwich. I'm gonna sort of sandwich issues today. The EP documentary is one of the most useless pieces of media I've ever had the pleasure of watching. You're gonna look at the interviewer and the cameo of other YouTubers in a bad light. Don't say doo doo when mentioning EDP. EDP should be sunk down to. You know what's crazy? All right. The only thing I know about EDP is that he is a pedophile. That's it. I don't know why he was popular. I don't know how he got big. I just all I know is that. I saw people on Twitter saying the Spider-Man Brand New Day may have made $100 million and said the quality is not as good as the Batman. I'm not gonna have anybody disrespect my goat first and foremost. Okay, let's start there. Let's start there. Spider-Man. If you guys don't know, Spider-Man's the GOAT. Spider-Man is the GOAT. He was a reaction channel? Oh, okay. Spider-Man's the GOAT. Always has been, always will be. My GOAT is the fastest film in history to pass $700 million domestically, okay? All right. Here's the proof for this, okay? Here's proof. This is my GOAT. 700 mil. Easy. 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 All these people saying it's not as good as the Batman. Listen, my GOAT is saving movies right now, okay? He's putting the superhero genre on his back. Okay? No one else has made no other superhero movie outside of like the Avengers has made $1 billion in recent history, okay? And he's doing it solo dolo. No Steve Rogers, no returning Robert Downey Jr. in the role. None of that. It's him and like Punisher. He's doing it solo dolo, okay? All right. So put some respect on my boy's name. I'm also seeing people trying to say that Tom Holland's a bad actor. Also gonna need you guys to cut the nonsense out too. If you watched him in Odyssey and then you watched him in Spider-Man, people are like, oh, in the Odyssey, he's not intimidating. He's not supposed to be. He's not supposed to be. I get so tired. You know what? I am just upset. I'm a little upset, man. I'm 6'9". I'm an upset man, okay? Because everyone's stupid. And I guess I cannot deal with it anymore. Everyone's being stupid. Everyone's being stupid. Because this is bled over to so many other areas, particularly in the gaming sphere, but starting from Spider-Man, because now a lot of people are playing Marvel Spider-Man 2, right? It's had a huge resurgence. I think like it's been something like what? Let me see if I can get an exact number. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. But I think like there's been a huge resurgence and people playing it online. Yeah, it's brand new day helps boost sales for Marvel Spider-Man 2 revenue class past 1.2 billion. Wait, what? For the game? Wait. Hold on. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is having a moment again 3 years after launch, like Spider-Man New Day. According to estimates from Alina Analytics, can I do that again? Alina Analytics, the game has sold roughly 316,000 copies since the movie hit July 30th, generating around 11 million across PS5 and Steam in under 2 weeks. This jump, Jesus Christ. This latest jump pushes Marvel Spider-Man 2 past 18 million lifetime copies sold and over 1.2 billion in revenue. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I didn't know it was pushing billions. I didn't know this was. Wait, so just Spider-Man 2 alone? Just Spider-Man 2 alone has produced 1.2 billion total revenue. So not just like Spider-Man and then not like the first Spider-Man game and the second one combined, but just the second one alone. That's my GOAT. That's my GOAT. That's my GOAT. Yeah, I know the movie. The movie boosted sales. My thoughts on YouTube. I'll get on that. Hold on. The movie boosted sales. That's what I'm talking about. Because he's my GOAT. He's the GOAT. I also wonder if this is going to make PlayStation rethink not putting first party titles on PC, because Steam also was a contributor to this, right? And also, the reason why PS5 games didn't do well on Steam is because they released them on PC like 4 years after the fact. If they did it like a month or two later or within the same year, I guarantee those numbers would be higher. But anyways, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, right? But suddenly, now, everyone and their mom is like, Actually, Spider-Man 2 sucked. This game sucked. I know you guys have seen it. I know you guys have seen it. Everyone's suddenly complaining about Spider-Man 2. Oh, the game was terrible. It was ass. It was awful. It was the worst game ever. It sucked. It sucked. And I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it because it's always the same canned responses. It's always people on Twitter being like, "Oh, the writing was bad. The third act." They don't know anything. They don't know anything. They don't know anything, and they will always make the same complaint. Oh, well, the dialogue. Oh, the writing. Oh, the this. The that. I'm like, what do you know? What do you know? Like, oh yeah, it just fell apart at the end. Can you give me any sort of actual tactile reasons why? No, it just fell apart at the end. It's just the writing. It's just the writing. It's just the writing, you guys. But when the game came out, gas. This is gas. This is gas, you guys. This is great. This is great. This is awesome. This shit's awesome. You're never gonna convince me to hate on Spider-Man first and foremost. Losing battle. But you're never gonna tell me Marvel Spider-Man 2 is a bad game. You're not gonna tell me it's a bad game. You're never gonna tell me it's a bad game, dog. Like, you're just not gonna convince me. And that's the thing I hate what's happening now. Okay, a guy's gonna say, someone I know a lot of these talking points are I'm not saying there's no criticism allowed of this game, because there's a criticism of every game. But a lot of these talking points were obviously created by grifters because one person mentioned it here. They're like, oh, he got pinned by a fridge. I'm like, he got pinned by a fridge for like half a second. He got thrown across, hit by the fridge. He saw MJ was in trouble, threw that shit off with ease, right? But they were trying to say every single thing about that was like awful. It's weak. It's terrible. I'm seeing people who were like, for the new Spider-Man 3, because it's in production, and they're like, oh, well, here's what I want. Less MJ. No more locked in final costumes. No more of this. I need more of this. And it's like, shut up. What are you talking about? Like, here. Like, here's what I'm talking about, right? See, look. Spider-Man 3 isn't works as Sony source, right? It's gonna be hard to talk Spider-Man 2? Yeah, okay. No shade, love Spider-Man, everything he's achieving, but he has 3 games with the same premise. Can we get new characters, new games? Let's try Avengers again, a Blade, a Ghost Rider game, a Fantastic Four game. What would happen to Captain America? A better guard? Like this is like, what are you talking about? I want to explore the quantum realm as Ant-Man. Shut up. No, you don't. No one wants an Ant-Man video game. What are you talking about? Can we get new characters? Are we not getting a Wolverine game? Blade is in the crossfire, is in the crosshairs. We may be getting a new Blade game. I don't know. A Ghost Rider game? No one wants a Ghost Rider game. A Fantastic Four game? Like, these people are just saying shit. Whatever happened to Captain America Black Panther game? This is from a different company, dummy. A better Guardians of the Galaxy game? Like, this is trash. He didn't play the Guardians of the Galaxy game. That shit was great. In fact, this game got looked over because of the shitty Avengers game. And like you said, yeah, they say they want it, and the minute they got a Wolverine trailer, they're like, never mind. This looks woke and gay and dumb and stupid and awful. And he's like, he has 3 games with the same premise. That's weird because Insomniac's only made 2 Spider-Man games, right? Like, you have Spider-Man, you have Spider-Man 2. You also have the Marvel Miles Morales game. That's a different storyline. You haven't played the Guardians of the Galaxy game? It's awesome. A Ghost Rider game be cool? I don't see. Here's the thing, though. A lot of these characters would work well in other people's games, but you're not going to convince me ever there's going to be a game made solely about Ant-Man. How many Ant-Man fans are there? And which Ant-Man? Hank Pym? Eric O'Grady? Scott? Like, we just want new shit, and the Wolverine game not gagging the set. That's the last X I want to play in a game. Like, this is dumb. Sony's Insomniac, what? When did Sony fucking buy Insomniac? When have Carnage been in the game? Make this one longer. I hope it's a better story than Spider-Man 2's. There's literally no reason to be 100% in the Spider-Man game, but getting there for Spider-Man 2 is pretty damn easy. Kraken, Craven and Venom were a challenge and lizards to some people. The rest of the games were like autopilot. Never purchasing after the woke DEI slop in Spider-Man 2 cleared their catering to a leopard. It's like, shut up. And then the people who were who is in the quotes, I was like, God, this is, make this one longer. They don't need to be long. Make the game long. Have it take over. Like, what's wrong with people? Like, I hate gamers. I hate gamers so much. I hate them so much. Make the game long. Make the Spider-Man game long, you guys. I want it to be 12,000 hours. Have it take place over a year and some change. Have the option of playing all 4 seasons. When do you want this game to come out? When do you want this game to come out? Like, what? Like, everyone, this is what I was talking about. This is what I'm like, this is absolute garbage. The game story to be 30-hour plus at minimum? Why? Why does it need to be 30 hours? It has to be 30 hours minimum to be good? That's crazy. In the MJ missions, build around Green Goblin, Carnage villains dressed up in previous game, expand the combat combinations, no special suit end of the game bullshit, more hero cameos. It's like, what? Yellow Flash idiot. At the moment, sometimes I'm thinking of ways to make it 2 next MCs. If you played Marvel Spider-Man 2, the MJ missions are far and few between and are much more of a step up, and she's more a part of the plot. Her shit's optional. Like, it's crazy. Like, they don't want any game to ever have anything outside of the main characters. They want it to be just one character the entire time. No side stories, no side characters, no nothing, no interesting stuff, no variety in mission structure. Just, I want to be Spider-Man swinging every single time. I don't want him to have a girlfriend. Don't make me do sort of missions where I might experience things from the non-powered people, so that way I get a break from the gameplay, but also understand the differences between a normal person. Nope, don't do that. Just don't do that. Don't have it. Can't do that. Bringing back Peter from retirement without neglecting Miles Pitch and Spider-Man, tying up. So, like, this is just how plots work. This is just how plots work. Of course, they're gonna do something with Green Goblin. Did you not play the second game? Like, this is now 90% MJ side missions and sometimes Spider-Man. Like, they're complaining about things that weren't even a problem. Except for my boy Gene hit it on the nail. I do want more aerial battles. I do. If you guys ever played Spider-Man Web of Shadows, when you fought against Vulture, that shit was sick, okay? That shit was sick. Can't wait for Spider-Man 3's inevitable anti-insert villain suit here and more MJ missions and Miles stealing Peter's spotlight again. Endymion, this is why he has no emotion on Twitter, because he's a dumbass. Like, he's a dumbass, just pure and simple. Just pure and simple. Inevitable anti-insert villain. Hey, dummy, you know Spider-Man does make suits like this, right? Spider-Man in the comics has like anti-shocker armor. He does make suits that are particularly tailored to his enemy. Like, this is all the shit. This is all the shit, dog. This is all the shit. No bullshit and no rushing. Like, what are you guys talking about? Story is doomed to be ass. Like, I'm sorry. No one here has been able to articulate why the story was bad. No one ever, so I was talking before, no one ever articulates anything. The story's doomed. It's going to be ass. It's going to be bad. They didn't lock in. What about the story was bad? You can say the ending was kind of rushed, but the story, the story was so bad. What's so bad about the story? What's so bad about the story? It's Peter Parker is struggling with his responsibility like he always does, and he's still reeling from the death of his aunt. And so he's taking on more responsibilities. The theme of this story, right, was be greater, but also learning how to let go of things. Miles having to let go of his hatred for Mr. Negative, even though he doesn't have to forgive him. Peter letting go of the feeling that he has to be everything all the time. like the symbiote being a representation of that. Like there's so much happening here, and they're just like, the story was bad. Tell me why. Explain why the story was bad. They can't, because they don't ever know what they're talking about. Okay, the Kraven storyline was frustrating. Peter and Miles never got proper catharsis against him, but they were never supposed to deal with him like that. Like the catharsis was met through Venom, because that's what Kraven wanted. Also, Peter fighting against Kraven was to show that basically the way Peter operates, right? It wouldn't have been successful because Kraven would have kept coming. So what would have been the catharsis there? I mean, he did beat up Kraven, but then they got away. And then Venom took over and just killed him. Because like what is right? And it's like one thing I complain about is Miles taking over the final battle with Venom, even though that was Peter's story. He didn't take over the final battle though. He didn't. They worked together. That's what I'm saying. You guys, they work together. We're talking about the video, not the movie. You're good. They worked together though. They worked together. And also notice how Harry's relationship with Miles was, you took Peter from me. Miles was like, what are you talking about? But they didn't take over the fight. They worked, they teamed up. That's the whole point. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of the story. Working together to accomplish things. Notice how that was perverted when it was Harry and Peter, right? They wanted to heal the world. And then Harry got taken by the symbiote. And so they perverted how to work together. But Miles and Peter, who had rocky relationship during this game, overcame that and worked together and they won. Because being Spider-Man isn't about being alone. They can share in responsibility. That was the whole thing. That was the whole thing. Miles thought he could do it all on himself too. Miles wanted to be more about Spider-Man than Miles. He was like, no, you have to also be Miles. Peter wanted to be more than Spider-Man than Peter Parker. Like, no, you have to be Peter. You can rely on other people to help you. Like, that was the entire point. Like, that's what their focus was. You guys don't have to like it, but that's what they were doing. The point wasn't to be like, oh, well, he can do it on his own, or they're trying to get rid of Peter. It's like, Peter has been Spider-Man for a hot minute. He has not been Peter Parker for a while. That's why at the end, Miles like, you got to be Peter Parker. I got this. I got this, right? Hey, what's up, dude? I'm new to the channel. Checking Ackman Andy stuff from year back. I thought your text were nuanced. You deserve more subs, man. Thank you. Thank you. And now you caught me ranting about Spider-Man 2, the game. Are we going to sit here and act like the mob? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's my problem as a whole with like the media now, especially when it comes to shit that I love, is no one's willing to actually see what the story is trying to do and say. They're just like, well, why didn't they do this? Look at the story. What is the story trying to tell you? Look at how they used the symbiote. Look at how they utilized Peter's relationship with Miles as a mirror to his relationship with Harry. Notice how Peter became so absorbed with Harry, he was neglecting Miles. And Miles, in turn, was neglecting his friends because he was focused on Peter. Notice how when they were neglecting their people around them, shit got bad. And when they got together, things got better. They were able to work together. Like, if I have any complaints, it's like, yeah, I wish there was more combos for the fights. I wish there was more of a tag team element to it and not like as random as like, oh, Miles is swinging through. That's kind of cool. And I wish there was, I wish there was DLC, you know? But I know what happened with that. But as far as the story goes, like, is it perfect? No, but everyone's act like it's awful and terrible, but no one can tell me why. I thought the story is perfectly fine. It was perfectly fine. But everyone's just like, it's terrible, it's bad. I'm like, why? Why is it bad? Okay, the Adidas suit is terrible, though. That is an abomination. I think Insomniac needs to hire more black people, like 100%. Especially because Miles is shit with his uncle and his ass music. Like, that I can, okay, yeah, that shit sucks. That suit's terrible. That suit's terrible. That suit's ass for real, for real. But like everything else, I'm like the most unrealistic thing about that game is the fact that Miles in his own game had short buzz hair, right? And then in this game, he has hair like mine. This is years of growth. How that happened? That's what I want to know. But yeah, that suit was fucking terrible. That suit was terrible. But if you look at the complaints though, if you look at the complaints though, 90% of them is just taken from Griff the talking points. It's woke. There's too much MJ. You guys, there's like 4 times you play as Mary Jane this entire game. That's it. That's it. And then we come over trades. And then I would also say that one thing I don't want them to do anymore is some of their side games, like the little mini games, are boring. They are. Like the one where you just have to like look at the DNA or something on molecules and like delete. I'm like, that shit's boring. That shit was boring in the first game, it's boring in this game. All right. At least in the first game, he worked in the lab. But that's it. Is this the game with the deaf person painting a mural? Yes. This is also the game when one of the side missions is Miles helping out a gay couple propose for prom. And that's when people are like, this game was awful. But the thing too is, if we can transition now to talking about Wolverine, because I am seeing people now act like, yes, here it goes. Look at this. Hold on. I think it was. Yes. So everyone's complaining about Wolverine. I'm mad it's not gonna be on PC, okay? I'm mad about that too. But people were acting like, okay, here. Yeah, Wolverine's looks great, man. I'm sorry, gameplay looks really fun. I'm interested in the story. Conventions were all tired to be damned. And there's like this discourse with Insomniac. It's like this Insomniac game discourse, right? I think Insomniac has become a punching bag for people's grievances about the current state of AAA games because they're like the only first party studio consistently putting out titles in a stagnant generation, and they made Harry Venom, which is the worst crime of all, of course. This is something that I've been noticing too. Suddenly, because everyone switched on Spider-Man 2, Insomniac is now the worst. Insomniac is now the worst game company. They are now the worst studio. They are now the most incompetent developers of all time. And I'm like, I do not understand gamers. I have no problem with Harry being Venom. You want to know why? Because if I want to see Eddie Brock being Venom, I can watch the movies, I can read the comics. Different adaptations, different universes should treat things differently. Like people want this carbon copy of shit all the time. All the time. They want an adaptation that's just one-to-one. No surprises for you. Nothing interesting for you to watch. No different dynamics or anything. Just, hey, remember in the movie when Spider-Man fought against Venom was Eddie Brock? And remember in the comic book when he fought against Venom was Eddie Brock? And remember in Maximum Carnage when he fought with Eddie Brock and he was Venom? And remember when he was Venom in Spectacular Spider-Man? And remember when he was Venom in Ultimate Spider-Man? Well, guess what, you guys? Venom's gonna be Eddie Brock's like, yeah, okay. I've experienced this before. Give me a different dynamic. It's more interesting for Harry to not be another Green Goblin because I think it's more interesting that Norman Osborn wants to seek revenge against Spider-Man and becomes the Green Goblin than the other way around. That gives Norman more of a reason to be vile and evil, right? Because he thinks Spider-Man essentially killed his child. Even though Harry's like comatose, thinks he killed his child. This hero killed his child. So now he's like, all right, I gotta do it myself. But no, people just want the same shit. And then with Wolverine, people are like, look at this shit, okay? I told you I'm just ranting today. I'm just people are just annoying the shit out of me now. Like, look at this. All right. Confront nightmares to uncover his past. Get to know the man behind the claws when Marvel's Wolverine on PS5 releases September 5th on PlayStation 5. And he's like, are they really doing Wolverine can heal from any injuries, but what if, hear me out here, what if, guys, this is serious, don't laugh, what if some wounds cannot heal? And it's like, yeah, dumbass, this is Wolverine. That's his character. Am I seriously reading a tweet complaining about characterization? This is the complaining that Batman doesn't use guns because of his moral code. What's going on here? Yeah, the LARP is strong today. Have you ever read an X-Men comic? Are you even vaguely aware Wolverine is? This is quite literally who he is. Like, this is Wolverine. Like, can we do other stories with Wolverine besides his weird fucking Jean Grey fetish and Weapon X pass? I feel like we got an Old Man Logan game that would have been way better. Why would an Old Man Logan game as the first time introducing Wolverine into the universe for video games be better? Why would they do Old Man Logan for their first time? Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is what gets me upset about things. Because you have the dumbest people. You have the dumbest people just mad all the time. What does LARP even mean? Like, live action role playing. These people they're role playing as fans of something, and then they're betraying their knowledge. Here's too much for being late. What I miss, just me ranting and raving. So nothing, but also everything. But like, they're just talking about they're promoting their game. Here's the photo of a Sonic game shared of the dev team for this game. Do you want to support these people? Why? Because there's some women and there's some Asian people and some black. Like, what is your problem? Also, does he think this is the entire development team? Do they think this is the entire development team for the Wolverine game? Did I see this? Hold on. I'll copy it. But do they think this is the entire, like, this is the entire team for Wolverine? Like, that's gotta be stupid. You gotta be stupid. You gotta be stupid if you think this is the entire team. Here's a photo shared of the dev team. Yeah, you guys, the dev team is like what? 9 people. 9 people made the Wolverine game. And even people are like, what are you talking about? They're like, what are you talking about? Why are you freaking out? Those people are interns, bro. It's on Insomniac's post. And I'm struggling to understand what is wrong with them exactly. Like, regular people. Stop it. This is nonsense. This is the same nonsense people attack one of machine games with. Do you have nothing better to do? Like, like these people are so fucking dumb. Why does all the hair look super soft and thin? Has no one on the art design department ever grown or touched a beard? Like, what are we talking about? Like, I want every game to be canceled now. I want every game that's gonna come out to be like, no, gamers deserve nothing. How woke is this game? Are you gonna have gay dude missions like in Spider-Man 2? The gay dude mission was Miles Morales helping a teenage boy do a prom proposal. That's the gay dude mission. Which is ironic because Wolverine's definitely not straight, but oh, good. Flashback sequences where you walk real slow and slash things up. Like, it's just like these people, they're just insane. You can make all this for man, but the moment it comes to making a woman in your game, the technology is gone. Like, what are you talking about? what are you what are we? I knew you'd fumble this game. I wasn't sure how, but it's obvious. This looks like shit. No, it doesn't. No talent. Stop with these dreamlike quest to battle demons. Better not play as Mary Jane, Jean Grey, Mystique, Leech. It's a Wolverine game. You know what? Don't let this game come out. We've gotten to know him for 26 years. I'll still buy it, but move on to other characters. What other characters? You're not playing a fucking morph game, all right? You're not playing like this is the I'm losing my mind. And all this, Nightmare Doors are a side activity. When you enter them, you'll get to engage in combat traversal challenges, which then help unlock memories from Logan's past. You can also select to replay missions in them. That's it. That's it. That's it. And you only play as Wolverine in this game. You only play as Wolverine in this game. You only play as Wolverine in this game. That's it. There's no. But you see all these fucking losers. All these fucking losers just like, well, actually, it's gonna be gay. He's gonna be gay, you guys. Even though they straight up tell you. Take the time to explore each location as Wolverine can discover hidden crates for raw, upgrade materials, and collectible whiskey balls. Logan can also stumble across Nightmare Doors, which transport him to a dreamlike cabin to take part in Nightmare Trial. These are time speed trials reimagine different locations from the game into a vertical fever dream where he can race to the end to unlock a forgotten memory from his past. What's wrong with that? These are the same people saying make Spider-Man 3 longer, but don't have side characters, don't do side missions, don't have this, don't have that. Like it's like, my God, dude. My God, these people are miserable. They're miserable. And watch when the game comes out and the game is gas. Right? This is the problem I've been having though. Everyone now has one criticism and they apply it to everything. Oh my God, you're gonna slow walk. Oh my God, you're gonna do this. Yes. Yes, you are, and you're still gonna play it. Because that's how games work now, okay? If it's a big open world game, if it's a narrative game, they're gonna do some scripted shit. Sometimes you're not gonna be able to sprint full speed. Sometimes you're gonna have to slow down. Sometimes you're gonna have to talk to characters. Oh my God, you guys, what if Wolverine can't heal from his trauma? You mean that's the characterization of the character? That's him. That's like saying, oh my God, we're gonna play a Batman game, but he won't kill his enemies. Let me guess. Because he lost his parents to senseless violence, he doesn't want to commit violence himself. Like, yeah. Yes. That's actually his characterization. Like, what are we doing? And what really gets me is Insomniac has been putting out, as far as AAA games go, has been putting out really quality games at a fairly consistent clip. They're not like GTA where you get one game in 2011 and then the next game fucking 30 years later. They're not doing that to you. They're giving you like, look, okay, let's just look at their whole thing with Spider-Man, okay? Because they've been shifting over to working on Spider-Man games, right? It took them from Resistance series was ended 2011, Spider-Man started 2018. So from 2018, you got Marvel Spider-Man, right? September 7th for PS4, 2018, Marvel Spider-Man. Then you got the spin-off title in 2020, June 11, 2020. So 2 years later, you got that game. And then 1 year later, you get Insomniac releases Spider-Man 2, 2023. And then, what, 3 years after that, you're getting Wolverine. They've released, in one generation, more games than Rockstar has done. Like you can do PS4, PS5 split, but they released Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Wolverine. And this is in the span of 8 years at a AAA market budget. What's Rockstar been doing? Rocksteady's not even doing superhero games anymore. Who else is doing superhero games right now? No one. And they're giving it to you guys at a fairly consistent clip. But no, it's bad. It's terrible. Like you want these games to come out once every 10 years? Like, and it's not like they're putting out slop. They're not just re-releasing the same game over and over and over and over and over. They're giving you guys fully made games. But somehow now they're considered an incompetent studio. Like it's so fucking annoying, man. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Web slot. But like look at the gaming landscape. Look how many studios first off don't even exist anymore. But on top of that, look how many studios at this quality are giving you these narrative single player open world superhero experiences. Who else is doing this? The Blade game probably canceled. The Captain America the Black Panther game from EA Massive canceled. The Wonder Woman game from Monolith canceled. The Captain America and Black Panther game delayed, possibly canceled. Who else is releasing? Who else can consistently put out a superhero game? Who else is doing that? No one. 19 million sales, $1.2 billion in revenue. But they're incompetent. They put out bad games now because you didn't like an aspect of Spider-Man 2. Like, this is why I do not take any Twitter criticism seriously. Just straight up. I don't. I will never. I don't take most criticism online seriously because look at the people saying it. It's bullshit. It's like, it's the same people trying to convince you that Spider-Man Brand New Days is terrible. It's the same people trying to convince you that Odyssey sucks. It's the same people trying to convince you that a small, tiny moment in a movie or video game means the entirety is garbage. It means it's all trash. You thought one character was annoying? Well, that means the whole thing sucks. You didn't like a particular moment in gameplay? Well, guess what? There's no game in history that everyone's like every single moment is banger. Every single moment is nonstop action. It's fun. No, there's no game like that. So then all games are fucking terrible. All games are bad. Oh, there's a bit in Okami, like if you do a side mission, you got, well, I don't want to do that, so it sucks. Oh, in Zelda Ocarina of Time, there's like a race you can do to get some milk. Well, the race sucks, so the game sucks. Like, I have a lot of critiques of Brandon, but I don't hate it. But the thing is, too, is people do not critique anymore. They complain. A critique means you can improve upon it, right? A critique means you can tell me something that I can work on to be better. Saying it's woke and gay is not a critique. It's a complaint, a stupid, dumb complaint. But it's a complaint, right? Yes, I know the Water Temple is there, but it was the easy one, so I don't want to do Water Temple. But like, it's a complaint. These are not critiques. People aren't able to articulate anything anymore because everything is just hate, rage bait, clicks, 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 clicks. I don't have to articulate why this game sucks. It just sucks because there's a pride flag. It sucks because you can there's a side mission where you can help a gay couple. It sucks because there's a side mission where there's a deaf girl painting a mural. That's why the game is awful. Like if we did that with anything else, if you were like reading a book and you're like, oh, I loved most of this book, but there is a part where like it kind of dragged. Oh, well, the book's terrible. It's awful. Oh my God. So Wolverine will be having hallucinations about his past, like in Batman Arkham Knight. Oh, but no, Batman Arkham Knight is well, actually people hate that game too for performance reasons. But no. And the thing too it really gets me also is it's from the least creative people imaginable, right? They don't understand. They don't understand how creative process works. They don't even understand how pacing works. Like if you were to listen to these gamers and make a game based off that, it would be the worst game ever. It would be. Even the Batman series, after the first game in Arkham City, you could play as Catwoman. You could do fights as Nightwing. In Arkham Knight, there was DLC you could play as Batgirl, Nightwing, and Robin. But according to these people, if you were to ever do that in a game again, it's woke garbage. If Batman Arkham City came out today, they'd be like, oh, why do they force you to play as Catwoman? Oh my God, it's all woke garbage. Oh, so Catwoman can also beat up these guys the same way Batman can? Oh, her and Batman are going to team up and fight the Riddler? Why? Batman can do it by himself. Like, that would just be their complaints. That's it. Oh, why does Catwoman? Because in Batman Arkham City, there's a mission, by the way, where Catwoman steals from like Two Face, and Batman gets trapped underneath rubble. And if you leave the city, Batman dies. And I guarantee you, they would take that as, oh, of course they make her so important that if she leaves, Batman can't do without her. I know these people think they complain about everything. There's no criticisms anymore. There's no nuance. There's no nothing allowed. Shit aggravates me. Oh, and I'm not even done. That was like one topic. I'm not even done. Like I'm not even finished. But I am done talking about at least the video game stuff. And now this is something personal to me. Okay. This is something to me now. So this is for me. You guys can watch, but this is for me, okay? Do you guys know a show called Yu Yu Hakusho? If you don't, Yu Yu Hakusho is keynote. Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the best anime series to ever exist. It has, without question, the best tournament arc in fiction. There is no video game. There is no there's no video game tournament, there's no anime tournament, there's no manga tournament that is better than the Dark Tournament, okay? It is anime law. That's just if you have a tournament arc, you will never be better. You will never reach the levels of the Dark Tournament. It just can't be done. It can't be done. Yu Yu Hakusho is my favorite anime series. Yusuke is my favorite anime protagonist. That's my guy. That's my goat. And the reason why I am talking about this is because I saw this news. Have I read the manga? Yes. I saw this news. And it says that Yu Yu Hakusho live action on Netflix will be receiving a sequel scheduled to start filming October of this year. Now, the second part. The first season of the series premiered in 2023, and this new continuation would cover up to the Demon Plane unification term of the series. I'm a Yu Yu Hakusho fan. So you would think I would be gassed. I would be geeked. I would be excited, right? You guys, I'm going to show you the let's look at the live action real quick. And let's just see how many episodes there are in live action. How many episodes are there in live action? Let's see. Shall we? Netflix's live action Yu Yu Hakusho adaptation consists of single 5-episode first season. 5 episodes. 5 episodes. And can we just look at some of the the titles. Yusuke dies, meets a spirit guide, and learns to turn in the living golden spirit detective. This is about being kind. This is like the first, according to like the anime, this is like the first 11, 10 episodes. Episode 2, Rogue Yokai steal 3 dangerous mystic items while Yusuke works to master his new supernatural powers. Okay, so episode 2 covers another 6 episodes. You have the fight with Goki, you have Kurama, you have Hiya. So it's like 3 episodes. 3 episodes, right? The demon artifact is not that much. Episode 3 infiltrates a dangerous mansion to recover the final artifact and begins training under a powerful side mentor. This episode 3 basically covers 30 episodes. 30 episodes, basically. It's awful, you guys. It is awful. It is awful. 5 episodes. And I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil the live action series in case you guys haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to spoil some things with you because I need to make a point here. In the anime, you have Yusuke dies, comes back to life, right? He fights against Hiei, Kurama, and Goki, right? Goku dies, other 2 characters stay, they become part Team Urameshi. So far, so good. The next arc that you get in the anime is the Saint Beast arc, where you have 4 demon saints who are trying to invade the human world using the Makai whistle to control these Makai insects that will infect people in the demon world, or in the human world, right? And they have demands they want to make. It's like terrorism, okay? It's interdimensional demonic terrorism. That arc is a significant arc. It is the first time Team Urameshi forms up. Yusuke, Kuwabara, Hiei, and of course Kurama, and they go against the 4 Saint Beasts, and it's a big thing, right? It's a big thing. The live action skips all of it. It skips the entire arc. It skips all of it. They don't even go to Demon World. They don't even go to Demon World, and I will get to Genkai. They don't even go to Demon World. Okay, so you're missing like basically the first season of the anime is gone. Right after he beats Hiei, it's gone. And so then the next episode, where Yusuke infiltrates a dangerous mansion, that is the beginning of the Dark Tournament. So they completely skip the Genkai tournament. Sorry, it's Genkai tournament first, then the Saint Beast. I got the order wrong. Genkai tournament, when Yusuke fights against the demon Rando. This is how Yusuke meets. This is how Yusuke freaking meets Genkai in the first place. Right? He meets Genkai there in the first place. He wins the tournament, becomes her disciple. 6 months go by, they go to the Maze Castle. They skipped all of that. They reversed the order. Yusuke is sent to Genkai by Koenma. So it's not even like a more of a natural thing where Koenma just sends Yusuke to stop Rando from getting her powers, and then he ends up winning. And as part of winning, he becomes her disciple. This is like, I want you to go teach him. So it really changes the dynamic of their relationship. They introduced Genkai in episode 3 of the live action. Genkai dies in episode 3 of the live action. In the same episode that they introduce her in, she dies. She dies. Now, in the actual series, she doesn't bite the bullet until way later during the Dark Tournament arc, which is a pivotal moment for Yusuke's character. Like, there's an entire beautiful story about Toguro and Genkai, and Yusuke becomes the button on that story, the disciple of Genkai, picking up where she couldn't finish. Like, they introduce her in this, like, the only way I could make this make even more sense would be like, oh God, what other show does? Okay, like, imagine you're watching like One Piece, a live action. Imagine if the live action for One Piece introduces Ace and then kills him in the same episode. Like that's fucking insane. And yes, and later on, like Genkai does come back, but in the live action, she can't because there's no wish. There's no demon. There's no tournament. There's no wish. There's no nothing. And I'm just like, and so then they just start throwing characters. Oh, Yukina's here. Who's Yukina? Don't worry about it. Why is Kuwabara fighting Elder Togoro? Why is Kurama fighting against Karasu? Why is he fighting against Bui? Hey, is that Dragon of the Darkness Flame? Is that hard to use? Oh, he's Yoko Kurama. Was there a story with Kurama struggling with his human and demon side? Was that something that happened in the series? Don't know. The live action just says he can just do it. It's just a thing he can just do. He's a fox spirit. Remember we mentioned that in the series, I think somewhere in the live action we mentioned he was a fox. Well, he's a fox spirit. There you go. And it's getting a second season. The second season, as you guys saw, is going up to the Demon playing Unification tournament. That is the last tournament. So if they were to do the same exact format as this one, depending on where they start, because the Demon Unification arc is the Three Kings saga, which is after Sensui, which is Chapter Black. So it would start with what Sensui would be like. What, introduce episode 1, die in episode 2. Yusuke goes to Demon World episode 3. Episode 4 would be Kurama story, Kuwabara story, Hiei story. Episode 5 would be Yusuke versus Yomi. Like that's and then he would have to come back. Like that would be it. That would be it. If they do the same 5 episode structure. Since we would be introduced in episode 1 and die in episode 2. Like, that is something that I do not understand. At this point, just remake the anime. People get too hooked on what's canon. Film and TV shows should be free to do their best in adaptation. I agree, but this was not best. Doing a 5 episode, doing essentially 10 episodes for a series that's 112 episodes total is insane. You're condensing too much. If they were to go arc by arc, or maybe they could condense so a better season 1 would have been you end at the Saint Beast. So the first episode, you could combine him coming back to life or whatever. Second episode, that could just be him fighting against the demons. Third episode could be him fighting in the tournament. Fourth episode could be the beginning of Maze Castle. Fifth episode could be the end of Maze Castle. There you go. That way you get more time with the characters and they could build something. You build nothing with these characters. Like you build nothing with them. There's nothing there. There's nothing to latch onto. Because they're trying to balance so many things. They're trying to balance in 5 episode seasons Yusuke's relationship with Keiko, Yusuke's relationship with Kuwabara, meeting with Hiei, meeting with Kurama, skipping the Saint Beast, but then trying to also tie in the storyline of opening a portal from Demon World. So Togoro's there, and the Togoro brothers and his team, and then they're just randomly there, just opening a thing to Demon. It's ignoring too much. I don't need it to be a 1-to-1 adaptation, but it's like look at the One Piece live action. The One Piece live action is probably the best one. It gives you the broad strokes. It changes things, but it gives you the broad strokes. Instead of, for example, Arlong being confined to just dealing with Nami, Arlong is like the big bad of season 1. He shows up in Baratier and does all this stuff, right? He's a through line for them. Okay, Buggy is chasing him all the way. Buggy teams up with Arlong. That didn't happen in the anime, but it flows better narratively, and it still gets you where you need to get in the broad sense of the things. You have to ignore fucking everything. Where do I stand on Netflix Cowboy Bebop? I'm less I'm less offended by it because Cowboy Bebop does lend itself to be a live action series because it's more of an it's mostly like somewhat like an anthology series where only like the last couple episodes like connect directly. Everything else is more like desperate pieces. Like you could put them out of order and it'd be fine for the most part. But the characters were consistent, but I think that's fine. I just personally didn't find it interesting. And I also think the guy they had to play Vicious looks terrible. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's Cowboy Bebop live action, like Vicious. Vicious looks terrible. Cancel. Like he looks terrible. Oh my god! It wants me to have ads on here. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I'm not doing it here. I'll just go on Google Images. He looks terrible. Like you can see, it looks bad. He doesn't have, and the way he doesn't have the aura. He doesn't have the aura to be bishop to be vicious. He doesn't. Now here's the thing though. I do think John Cho was a pretty good Spike. I think the actual main cast. I think the main cast was good. The main cast was good, but the guy who played Vicious just doesn't. It's not. It's hard to bring this aura. Like the main cast, honestly, I thought was fine. I think if they got like a second season, it would have been better. Like I sort of agree with The Verge in their assessment. It wasn't terrible. You know what was terrible? Yu Yu Hakusho live action. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Look for Netflix Yagami. No, we have one of these days. I want to do like a Netflix like live action just ranking, but like just off the cuff. Death Note, awful, awful, fucking awful. You know what else I didn't like? The Bleach, the Bleach live action movie to me was so awful. Netflix live action tier list. I will do that, but I have to set that ahead of time. But I will do that. But the Bleach movie to me was so fucking terrible. It was they. This shit was so forgettable. This shit was so forgettable. Like this is so bad, you guys. It's so fucking boring. It came out 8 years ago. It came out 8 years ago. And I'm just like, this is so boring. Like my goat. Bleach proves his pop-ups make good live action anime movies. No, this sucks. This was a bad Bleach movie. Why the fuck is Renji and Ichigo fighting in the middle of Karakura Town? You're supposed to fight at night. You don't remember this? Oh god. The live action Byakuya? Look at Byakuya. Look what they did to my boy. Why is it so bright outside? Why are you fighting in the daytime? Look how they massacred my boy. Look how they massacred my boy. Oh my god. The Bleach live action movie was so bad. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad. Oh my god. And then of course you have the JoJo's live action was fun. I will admit. The JoJo's live action was better because they picked an easy part to start off with. Part 4 being live action was a good decision. because the other parts wouldn't have worked. Live action Tokyo Ghoul. I haven't seen live action Tokyo Ghoul. I'm talking now specifically on Netflix. Because live action JoJo. The live action JoJo movie was actually pretty fun. This is AI. It was actually pretty fun. It was a real movie that happened, by the way. It's not fake. Diamond is Unbreakable did get a movie. I think it was the easiest to do as a film because everything else is kind of like this is more self-contained. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Part 4 is the easiest artsy live action. It's more self-contained. You can catch people up. Like if their focus is Josuke, then Jotaro being like that's called a stand or whatever. It's like okay, he just explained what it is. You don't have to know the backstory, but pretty easy. Pretty easy one. So Netflix also did a live action Death Note. There are already live action Death Note movies though. There are live action Death Note movies. It's like there's like 5 of them. Like these are the live action Death Note movies, right? Like these are the Japanese ones. The TV series, but the American Death Note. The American Death Note. This is Light Yagami, just so you know. The American Death Note is so fucking bad. The American Death Note it takes the worst liberties you could possibly imagine. Oh my god, I forgot. Was that Margaret Qualley was in this movie too? Wait, was it AI? No, not AI. Oh. Yeah. Margaret Qualley was Mia, not Misa Amane, because they had to turn him into an American. The guy who played L is Lakeith Stanfield. But the fact that look at their names, right? Light Turner. And then Kira. And then Lakeith as L, but then you have Japanese people here still as Watare, right? Detective James Turner. It's like he's not detective, he's chief. It's Chief Yagami, but whatever. The best part is William Dafoe. William Dafoe as Ryuk is great, actually. He's the best part. Like he is like his Ryuk is actually good, really good. But the reason why this movie sucks so much is because forget the name changes because Light Turner kind of works because Light Yagami is a pun in Japanese. So Light Turner works, but is this supposed to be fucking law? Anyways, but they completely mischaracterize Light. They make Light this sort of like bumbling idiot who's like in over his head and never in control. So like Mia acts more like Light does and more proactive in killing than Light is. Notice how Ryuk was like, I tried to give you an opportunity to be free of the Death Note. Like that never happens. That never happens. Light's a terrible person. That's the whole thing. Like Light didn't become terrible. Light was terrible, and the Death Note exemplified that. Because when both versions of L had the Death Note, they didn't suddenly become mass murderers. They weren't compelled to kill. Light was. Light's obviously a story about, the road of good intentions. The road of, the road to hell's path is paved with good intentions, right? But he also is kind of a bad person. Like he killed somebody off rip because they were like annoying. He was testing it on criminals in jails, giving them hard. Like he was not a good person. He thought his justice was above all, right? Killer, Kira. But this version of Light is just like, oh no, Misa, you've gone too far. Like the fact that he asked Ryuk, did you kill those FBI agents? When in the manga and anime, Light did the most filthiest things to make sure he could kill every FBI agent. The way he had Ray Penber write down the names of his people in the FBI and got them killed. The way that he did his girl, vicious. She was the closest, by the way, to uncovering Light. Light's so lucky the internet wasn't what it was. Like if Death Note took place in like 2018, they would have caught his ass in a day. Light ruined everyone's life. Which is your favorite Death Note ending? The manga? Oh, the manga. I love how pathetic and sudden it was. The anime made his ending too beautiful. I love how pathetic it was in the manga. I think like his last words was like shit, and then he dies. Like he's like, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. After he killed all those people, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. And then he was like, shit, and then he dies. Ryuk's like, and then he dies, right? How he lost him again, his memory and anime is great. Oh no, the anime for the most part, solid. And then they did that weird shit at the end. I was like, you're trying to make his death look too pretty. Suddenly, Mikami's like stabs himself and then Light runs away. But no, yeah, the manga is just, and the artwork. Okay, so this is, it's not a spoiler if you haven't seen Death Note. If you haven't seen Death Note, like look at this. Look how pathetic he is here. It's like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And this is his death right here. Just like anyone else. Right? Pathetic. Pathetic. As he should be. He thought he was a god. He thought he was with everyone else. He dies in a warehouse that no one else knows besides like those 5 people dead in a warehouse. And in the anime, they're like, give him the pretty light. Make him look beautiful as he runs away. He's just like, I get what the anime was going for too. Like here he has softer futures. He's just a kid. He's reverting back to he's just a kid. That's like, it's too late though, right? I like the fact that he looks all fucked up and scared at the end. Because that's what he did to everyone else. Have I seen Bakuman? I have. I was big on the Death Note duo. And then they put out that one with like, I think it was called Angel something, and I was like, this is bad. Like this is bad. Death Note, one of the greats. Peak cerebral shonen. Right? It's a cerebral shonen. Also, in the anime, he turns into a Shinigami. That's in one of the anime endings. But I love how pathetic. I just love how pathetic he is. It's perfect. That's who he is. But when L went out, he was just like, all right, I'm out. Everyone knows who got by Light went out so much cooler than he did, which I think is by design. Everyone's like, oh, people don't like. Okay, I have a question for you guys who've seen it. I am a Nier truther, okay? I am a Nate Rivers truther. Everyone's like, oh, Nier sucks. He's not as good as L. He couldn't figure anything out. I'm like, he picked up the pieces. He did his companion investigation, reached the same conclusions. And but he was able to outsmart L. It's like, well, yeah. It was 2 versus 1. And Nier was supposed to be the second coming of L. He even says, like, no, I could never surpass L, but me and Mello combined could equal L and then surpass him. Which I'm like, they did. Dude, I watched the Death Note one shot. I did. I was so mad because that was the best Death Note user, and they killed him for it. They literally did the your swag is too tough. They'll kill you. They'll kill you. Nier and Mello was on Lights Bump. Exactly. They were, and Mello didn't give a fuck. Mello was like, I'm using the Mafia. I'm using the Mafia. Your smoke too tough. Your swag too different. Like, look at this. Look at this. His drip was too tough. They had to kill him. They had to kill him. I don't know if you guys saw, I'm not gonna spoil this, but he was too dripped out. They're like, yeah, we gotta get rid of him. The Shinigami were so petty in this one shot. They were like, nah, he outsmarted us. Nah, I don't like that. Kill him. They were on his ass. I'm like, why? Because he ran game on the whole world. And then, yeah, they made a new rule. They're like, you can't do that shit. This transfer, nah, you can't do that shit no more. You can't do that shit no more. Because he got them. He was like, give me a year. Let me track down Death Note. Give me a year. I'll make it so that, like, I can get away with this without having to die or kill anybody, and it'll be straight. And they're like, wait, hold up. You can't do that. That's actually illegal. They're like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You're like, you broke the rules. You're supposed to be the one who writes himself in it. You're not supposed to do that. Like, he didn't kill anyone. I mean, if you guys want me to tell you the broad strokes of it, he found the Death Note, then he put up for auction. So the world's governments were like secretly bidding on it. Like, it was it's literally like they were like, oh, you can't. You can't. You outsmarted us. Like, you can't do that. And you want to know how petty they were, you guys? You want to know how petty they were? So the main story is, there's two stories, but the one we're talking about, the kid, his name is Minoru, and he's like, okay, I don't want to kill anybody. I just need money. I don't want to kill anybody. So he didn't write any names in the notebook himself. He did an auction via Ryuk. Did an auction. United States bids like crazy. Everyone bids like crazy. He's getting a lot of money. The King of Death, the Shinigami, changes the rules mid-game and goes, you cannot sell or buy it. Anyone who buys or sells the Death Note dies. So the second he went to collect his money, he died. They didn't add the rule after the fact. He did it during, because he was like, you outsmarted us. And I'm like, that's bullshit. I'm like, that's bullshit. My guy was moving, and they're like, no. You can't do that. You can't do that. Like, we're actually going to kill you. With no warning, mind you. It's not like he knew. That kind of only works in the world where people knew. No, they did know what the Death Note was in that world. That's what I'm saying. The existence of the Death Note came out. That was the whole point. And they killed him. He was too smart. You can be a little bit smart, but you can't be too smart. If you're too smart, the system won't allow you to succeed. I thought we get a fun Death Note story, and they're like, no, it's called Death Note. If no one dies, then it's just called Note. Then it's called Death Note for a reason. Y'all gotta die in the video game. In the video game, not in real life. Not in real life. Come on. Oh my god, I'm trying to upload something or load something up, and it won't. There we go. Jesus Christ. Cope Note. You know, originally in Death Note, they were gonna have an eraser that you could use, so you could erase someone's name. That's bullshit. Great story though. Great story. Really? Yeah. There was. They originally had it where in the one shot of the original Death Note, you'd be able to erase your name. The one thing I really love about Death Note is if you just take away the mechanism and how he kills people. Like if you take away the Death Note, like the Shinigami aspect of it, it's just a regular like. It's like okay, the only supernatural thing in Death Note is the Shinigami and the actual note itself, but nothing else. There's no demons. There's no angels. There's not even like an afterlife. They've established that. Like Shinigami are basically just different forms of life because Shinigamis can also die, right? It's just that's it. When you die, nothing happens. The Shinigami just write people's names in death notes so they can keep living. It's just a cycle of death. Like it's literally there's no like yeah, it's what I'm saying. It's a crime drama with supernatural elements. But that, he doesn't do anything. They have a Shinigami King doesn't do anything. But I love it though. But what's also bullshit is he lets Light go crazy killing, but because Minoru didn't kill, that's the one action he takes directly in the entirety of the series, including the one shot. That's the one time the King of does anything. So that was a little reprieve, though. That was a little short reprieve from me ranting about stuff. Because now we're back to ranting. This is the ranters. This is the ranting stream. I was talking about Yu Yu Hakusho before. Getting a season 2, I hate it. I'm mad. I'm upset. Okay, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Recently, though, for some reason, my my Twitter posts have been getting lots of tractions. Like the most random shit I post is have just been getting like a lot of attention, and sometimes it's a little bit scary. But am I watching new Ghost in Shine? I am. I'm waiting for more episodes to come out so I can binge it all. But we're gonna talk about basketball for like a smidgen, just a tiny bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. I promise you, it's gonna go by so quickly. But if you guys remember my last video I did, talking about the transphobia in the WNBA, right? And how none of this shit actually matters. It's just a distraction. Well, it's true. None of this shit matters. It's a distraction. The WNBA is not going to acquiesce to the dumb fucking bullshit that's happening here. Let me make sure I'm not gonna get doxxed or anything, but okay. WNBA denounced bad faith actors amid fight over trans participation. Now it needs to lead the conversation. In the aftermath of Sophie Cunningham's comments, the league has found itself resisting fear mongering and false narratives. Let's do. Ooh, actually, this is the bar. There are lots of ways to measure the popularity of W right now. The transformative new collective bargaining agreement, which increases salary cap from 1.5 to $7 overnight, record ratings across the board, sold out arenas, a $3 billion television deal, 250 mall expansion fees. Another metric, the sheer number of grifters who have flocked to the sport, using its promise and its culture to get their own names and agendas in the headlines. This has been a rising trend over the past few seasons, but it reached a fever pitch, pun intended, after Sophie Cunningham told ESPN that she wants to protect young girls in locker rooms or young girls in sports who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Since those comments were published last month, political groups pushing bills to ban transgender girls and women from all levels of sport have made Cunningham the face of the movement, holding rallies outside Indiana Fever games across the country. Enes Kanter Freedman. Okay, Royce White is not a former player. He's literally never played an NBA game. They declared themselves eligible for 27 draft. Through it all, the WNBA has remained frustrating and inexcusably silent, but on Wednesday, the league convened a task force to discuss the topic and released the following statement via a spokesperson. Today's meeting covered a wide range of topics, including ongoing discussions on transgender athletes and the continued hate and vitriol directed at players online. We will continue to engage all league stakeholders in the coming weeks and months. We will approach these important conversations thoughtfully and in alignment with the values of our league. There are no immediate eligibility matters affecting the WNBA, and we strongly denounce the bad faith efforts to use these topics to demean or marginalize others. Sophia and her old school foul, and my two normals said that video was nasty. A little bit normy. That's just a big, good old hard basketball foul, right? This didn't provide the best clarity. There are still so many hungry for it, but by dismissing the grifters like Kanter and White and refusing to make a reactionary policy or statement that caves to fear-mongering and reinforces false narratives, the transgender people are predators. The WNBA took an important first step towards regaining its own agency in the public discourse. Now it's time for the league to do what it has done best since its inception 30 years ago, lead the way forward. And this is just talking about the public policy they have for that. But I am at least glad they did this. They have taken more of a progressive step than 90% of the companies out there because they did not cave to the sheer idiocy of this transphobia. They didn't fall for the right-wing framing of this, right? And the reason I mention this is because I made a post talking about Sophia Cunningham. Now, if we just watch this TikTok, it's a minute long. I'm not going to put the sound on because I would absolutely get clapped. But if you just let this play as I'm talking, Sophia Cunningham is more known for doing shit like this than actually hooping. And to prove this point, in this 1 minute long TikTok video, I want you guys to count how many times this is actually showing her doing something on the basketball court. That's one. I'll count that. That's one. That's two. Now she's on a horse. Oh, no, she's on a cow. Now she's dancing. Okay, that's three. I think it's the same angle from the other ones. 4 or 5. 6. That looked like AI. 7. So, like in a minute, we have her doing like what 9 basketball things. The highlight starts off with her dancing, barely clothed, right? This is all they think about Sophia Cunningham, which is why I said Funny's never had basketball highlights. She's the Sydney Sweeney of the WNBA. And by that, I mean, they will promote her as part of the face of their culture war, but they never really talk about her from a athletic standpoint. Because her numbers aren't that great. She's not this like superstar. But if you were to look onto Twitter, right? Here, I'll show you, because there's nothing NSW about her. I will show you what they should be on Twitter. So it's her dancing. That's not Sophie at all because the back is too not long enough. But it's her dancing. It's her dancing. This woman dancing. An AI image of Sophie. Her in a swimsuit. Her in a swimsuit. Her pointing. Clothes. Her dancing. Her being fouled. Her in a swimsuit. Her in a swimsuit. Her in an AI. AI. The same being fouled. Her talking. Notice how almost none of this is her playing basketball. But I think if I typed in like, let's do like her teammate. Let's do Caitlin Clark. AI images, AI images, AI images. Her following somebody. Oh look, playing basketball. Oh look, playing basketball. Oh look, playing basketball. Playing basketball. Running. Cheering. Playing basketball. At a basketball game. Basketball. Playing basketball. Playing basketball. Playing basketball. Playing basketball. Them arguing during basketball. But you notice how like she's actually playing basketball in most of her stuff, and it's not her like in bikinis and trying to twerk and like on Twitter all shit too, and just her like playing basketball or getting clamped or choking, but still playing basketball. Because Sophie Cunningham is not Caitlin Clark. I think Sophie Cunningham knows. I think Sophie knows, much like Enes Kanter, much like Royce Wright, that they don't really have to. She's averaging 9 points this season. She's averaging 9 points this season. But if you look at the news, oh my gosh, Sophie is everywhere. She's everywhere for things not related to basketball. For things not related to basketball. Like, WNBA Sophie Cunningham saga is a growing pain. Like it's she's not even here for basketball shit. And thing is too, she brought this on the league. She brought this on the league. Like, and she was never like, her best scoring time was with the Mercury, right? She's averaged 8 points last season with the Fever. She's averaging 9 points. I guess it's an improvement, but like she's a role player. Rudy's being was the choking stuff necessary for her? What choking stuff? I know what you're talking about, but role player, right? Not significant. She's no Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles is a fucking baller, but notice how it wasn't Caitlin Clark talking about this. It wasn't Angel Reese who said this. It wasn't anyone else. It was Sophie Cunningham. I think Sophie Cunningham knows her time is about up. And so now she's pivoting towards this like right wing talking point. This is like, I think she's setting up her next career. Because again, the NBA players even talking about this are like the morons. It's Kanter, it's Kyle Kuzma, it's Royce White. It's people who are like not all that significant. It's Sophie Cunningham talking about we need to protect girls from that. Like there is no trans person in the WNBA. And so I said what I said, right? About Sophie, and naturally, you have people in their feelings. Funny how none of you guys can beat her argument that men don't belong in WNBA, so you use ad hominem attacks, statements to attack her. Oh yeah, she's sexy as fuck for sure, but can she ball too? Which is why black fake queens are so jealous. She was hired for NBA analysis before the Fever. She's smarter than you. This bitch doesn't come close to Sydney Sweeney's looks or talent-wise. Watch your mouth. Yeah, the first off, yeah, that whole finger pointing thing totally didn't go viral. Or the fact that she's top 3 in league for true shooting percentage. The fact that he mentions this secondly is amazing to me. The fact that he mentions this second it's amazing to me. He's more concerned with the finger pointing going viral. She's top 3 for true shooting percentage. How many shots a game does she take? How many shots a game does she take? Yeah, she doesn't even average fucking 10 points, dog. If she's averaging 9 a game, if she's taking 3-pointers, she takes 3 threes a game. Yeah, man, Sydney Sweeney didn't go viral for her insane performance in Euphoria. And Sydney Sweeney went viral because she gets naked. That was the whole point. She's not extreme time. That's the whole point. Like that's what's so funny to me. She didn't go viral for her performance in Euphoria. It's because she get naked. That's because she shows her titties. That's why people. That's why all these guys talk about Sydney Sweeney. And all of these comments are just made up bullshit. Highest 3 percentage in the league, but y'all focus on Angel Reese getting a bunch of rebounds because she misses layups 3 times before she actually makes a bucket. I never mentioned Angel Reese. Like he's talking about Angel Reese. I never mentioned Angel Reese. Highest, okay, they keep saying highest 3 percentage in the league. Sophie Cunningham. She took 5 3-pointers last game. She took 2 the game before, 1 the game before, like she doesn't even take that many threes. Like it's not that hard to have a pretty good high 3-point percentage when on average you take about 4 a game. I mean, here she was 3 for 7. I'm sorry, that's free throws. That's field goals. She was 2 for 4, 50%, but you took 4 threes. These aren't like she's shooting like Steph Curry amount. Like that's insane. She's 45% from 3. How much 3-point attempts? I'm gonna break this down. She averages 3 at 3, almost 4 threes a game. Like that's not. Yeah, I would think she'd have a higher shooting percentage from 3. I would think so. I was people saying she's the highest. I would think so. I would think so. I would think so. She'd make 3-point. I would hope so. Jesus Christ. But like the point here is Sophie Cunningham brought this to the WNBA for no other reason other than she's pivoting her career after this. She's pivoting. Because you know what happened? No one was talking about Sophie Cunningham prior to a month ago. Prior to a month ago, people were not talking about Sophie Cunningham. She did the point thing and then became a MAGA superstar. And now she's everywhere. Now she's everywhere. Like that's just it. Now she's everywhere. And now you have people like Riley Gaines getting back to prominence again. You have people like Enes Kanter trying to come back again. But if you literally look at like her Google trend, it's like she WNBA player Sophie Cunningham surged in search interest, ranking number 7 on Google's top trending athlete searches. Her search volume spiked further with a 130% to 150% year-over-year increase driven by viral Sophie Point meme, massive social media growth, and her stint with the fever. Prior to all this shit, no one was talking about her. Like, it's crazy. And then she got like what happened? She did like the fucking UFC girl fight, obviously UFC card girl and all that stuff too. All like in the same week. And it's so obvious. Like it's so obvious why this is happening. It's so obvious why this is all happening. It's maggots. It's MAGA people. But I am glad that WNBA is like, you know, not trying to capitulate to this. Because you know who are capitulating? Democrats and libs. Now, here is the part of the stream that I might lose some people, which is fine. But we're gonna actually talk about I don't really do this, so if you're the first time seeing me, I don't really talk about this a lot. But I think at this point we gotta talk about what's going on with Hassan Piker. Because I think this is bigger. This is bigger than just him, and he's just the focal point. But real quick, you guys want to see Brian Kilmeade make a dumbass of himself?
But when Royce White and he both did it, now they explain themselves. And I know Ennis is waiting to see what the league's going to do. They're, by the way, he's in pretty great shape for a guy who's been out of the league for 3 years, working out like crazy. He should be in the NBA, by the way. Part of the biasness in the league is they kicked him out because he was too conservative in many respects. He still should be playing.
He was too conservative. Enes Kanter was too conservative for the NBA, and that's why they kicked him out. When he wasn't doing this right-wing grifting bullshit, Enes Kanter was talking about like basically like free Palestine level type shit. He wasn't too conservative for the NBA. Enes Kanter is garbage. That's why he's not in the NBA. That's why he's not in the NBA. Can we turn stuff a bit? No, we don't listen to Brian Kilmeade. I just thought it was funny that he said this shit because people were like, Brian, Enes Kanter averaged 3 points and 4 rebounds. Man carried things, made a funny clip. We'll check it out. He get killed because he couldn't guard a pick and roll. Yeah, like this is what Enes Kanter was wearing. Made with slave labor. You think that was too conservative for the NBA? You think that was too conservative for the NBA? And everyone's like, no, he's out because he fucking sucked. He's not good. Yeah, like it wasn't good. Okay, hold on. Let's do the man carry things. Let's man carry thing. Oh, woke 1 versus woke 2. We're gonna talk about this too, so let's save this for later. But this isn't about woke 1 and woke 2. This isn't about woke 1 and woke 2. This is about people not really caring about like protecting free speech. This is what this is about to me, at least. This is not protecting free speech. This is some shit getting out of control. So Scott Jennings, if you guys know who Scott Jennings is, he is a CNN contributor because you know CNN decided to try to be like Fox for ratings. So Scott Jennings put this video out about Hassan. Well, about Abdul El Sayed, but he wanted to make it about Hassan. So here's the video he put out.
In their own words, their surrogates are just as bad, even worse, actually. We continue today our exploration of the radical socialist streamer Hassan Piker. Now, he's Abdul El Sayed's best friend, and he campaigns for him all the time. And African Americans out there,
that's me. I should be listening to this.
Within the sound of my voice, need to listen up, and you must listen carefully. This is who socialists like Abdul El Sayed choose to keep for company. Just listen to this. Hassan Piker in Cut 8.
I don't give a what black people care about. Oh, black people care about this, black people care about that. Like, shut the up. That's not how politics works. Oh, well, Hassan, how dare you? Like it or not, black people care about this issue. It's like, it's such a stupid stance. Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this chat? Suck my Yes, dude. It's because I'm racist. That's why. It's because I'm racist, dude. Go back to a better time when lynchings were happening. This is what I like as a black man. Are you always doing too much with black people? Leave them alone. I want to go back to lynching. Like, I get it, but relax. Man, shut the up, okay? You got me, okay? You got me because I'm a racist person.
You just heard campaigns all the time for Abdul.
Now, obviously, we don't have to watch all of it. This is slander. This is defamation, right? That's me. I'm African American, but this is defamation. And I know people in my chat don't like Hassan, and honestly, I don't care who you like. But yes, even out of context, and this is heavy out of context, you can spot some of the posts were sarcastic. But they are trying to play this as this is how Hassan is. The guy who is advertised, who's campaigning for Abdul Sayed, is evil. But you know who else Hassan campaigns with? Summer Lee. You guys don't know who Summer Lee is? She's a U.S. representative. She has campaigned with Hassan Piker. She has gone on his streams. They have been with each other. Like, they have worked together. She has worked together with Hassan. So you would think a black woman, you know, who's worked with him would know that. Right? You think she would know that? Do some research with that. She has worked with Hassan. But beyond that, it's very obvious. It's very obvious this was taken out of context, which is why every conservative person was talking about it. Every conservative person was trying to boost it. Right? This is how he is. This is how Hassan is. This is who he is. This is who he is. This is who he is, right? And it's just like, it's obvious this is a smear campaign. But my thing is, why Hassan Piker? Right? Why Hassan Piker? Of all the people, because he's gonna sue. He's gonna sue him, by the way. He's suing him.
The initial clip came from the RNC, and now Scott Jennings is highlighting it. This is such an egregious lie. It is such an egregious instance of defamation that numerous people who fucking hate me, like literally hate me, have actually gone out to bat and said, this is the worst instance of defamation that I have seen. I hope you sue him, which I am. I'm in the process of I'm working through litigation right now.
But now, again, like I was saying before, why Hassan? Because he is not the only political person on the internet. He's not. He's obviously the biggest leftist, but he's not the only political person. But why Hassan? It is because the Democratic Party has been so against any progressive or left-leaning candidate that these candidates can only really do shit online with someone like Hassan, because they're not getting support from their own party, right? So that makes him a target. You saw it with the Mamdani campaign. How you had fucking Eric Adams and Cuomo talking about Hassan Piker as if that would do something to animate the base in New York. But what it did do is created an attack line, because now they can be like, this Twitch streamer is bad. This Twitch streamer is awful. Look at the awful bad things he's said and done. And it's like, look at the world around you. Look at your material conditions. Look at the fact that groceries are now unaffordable. And even if you can't afford them, you can't eat most of them because they're being recalled left and right. How's the housing market? Oh, the economy's doing good. Do you have a job? Statistically, a lot of people don't. Are you getting paid enough? Can you afford anything? Can you go to the hospital? Yes, I know AOC and the squad were the targets during Trump won, but guess who also campaigned with AOC in the squad? Hassan Piker. The Democratic Party has created an environment, because they always capitulate to right-wing framing. They've created an environment that whomever the right targets is going to have to fend for themselves. Is going to have to fend for themselves. Look at what happened with the argument with trans people. The Republicans were always hitting on trans people. And for a while, the Democrats were like, that's insane. That's insane. People are like, yeah, it's insane. But then they stopped pushing back on the trans issue. Republicans thought it was unpopular, so they stopped talking about it after they got destroyed. But then they never really let it go. They never really let it go. And now we're at a time where Republicans can not only openly talk about doing fraud, can openly talking about like stealing votes, can openly talk about being corrupt. Like, look at what happened with Graham Plattner. Right? Graham Plattner was a bad candidate, right? But look at what Graham Plattner did. But now look at what's happening now. Who is running? It's like Mike, not Mike Lee. It's for the GOP. He is currently, like, I think he threatened his wife. He's like the son-in-law of a congressman, and he threatened his wife, and he's running as the GOP. Like, he threatened his wife. Yes, Max Miller. Republican Representative Max Miller of Ohio is facing severe domestic abuse and child abuse allegations made by his ex-wife. And while he's doing that, if I would double check it, but I'm pretty sure Trump is like, he's still our guy. He's still our guy. He's being accused of child abuse and domestic abuse. And he's been endorsed by Trump, Turning Point Action, and the Madison Project. He's being endorsed by the sitting president. No one's asking for him to back down. No one on the Republican side, no conservatives are like, he needs to step down. He needs to stop. He needs to stop. And he's accused of abusing his wife. And he's a politician. He has more political power. Oh, but you guys, Hassan, he abused his dog. You guys, Hassan abused his dog, and he's a terrorist supporter. He abused his dog. Why are these candidates campaigning with the guy who abused his dog? Why are you guys campaigning with the party that was all about January 6th? Where's the smoke for that? What about these Epstein people? The president is part of the Epstein files. Where's that? We are so focused on everything that people to the left of the Democrat or left of the Republicans do. And the Republicans get to just say, what about this guy? What about this guy? What about that guy? And because Hassan has had lots of enemies online who also parade themselves as being leftists like Destiny, there's already a ground game established. So now that Fox News is picking up on that, it's just all over the place. Fox News has talked about Hassan so many times. I think someone took account of this. I think someone wrote like how many times he's been mentioned. As a non-politician, they've mentioned Hassan more than anyone else. More than anyone else. I think he has his own like a dedicated page on Fox News. And they consistently talk about him. So then I got fed up and I just wrote this. All right. I said, it's so insane how many Dems/libs will fall for right-wing framing on every issue. The GOP is running a guy that threatened to kill his ex-wife, but yeah, Hassan Piker is the big scary guy. Is he an elected official or in government? Is he spreading genocidal rhetoric? Wake the fuck up. Oh, but he didn't openly endorse Kamala. Do you think that is what made or broke her chances of being president and not her obvious mishandling on Gaza? You people always fall for it. That's why Fox has been talking about Hassan nonstop. What about Epstein files? What about groceries? And it doesn't help. There's like a million content creators who just flood the TL with this shit. You guys never focus on making anything better. It's just grievances. You're no different than conservatives who think deporting Mexicans will make housing affordable. Every time. He has a dedicated page. And I'm not joking. Oh my God, I have to allow ads. I'm so sick of this. He has a dedicated page on Fox News. Like, I'm not kidding. He has a dedicated section, and it goes on for what, 6 pages? 6 pages from April of this year. They have enough to have 6 full pages about Hassan Piker as recent as 7 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 9 hours ago, 10 hours ago, within 24 hours, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 post/articles about Hassan. 7 in 24 hours. 6 in the last 14. Who is he? Is he a politician? Is he a multi-billionaire? Can he swing elections with his pure his platform? If he could, then Francesca Hong would have won. But the main thing I want to talk about is he said he was going to sue him, which is fine. But he also talks about the fact that he thinks that the Democrats need to defend him. And it's true. They do need to defend him. I thought I saved it. I'll go here. Because, of course, Fox News is going to talk about it. Are they going to cover it through him or? Oh God, I'll just have Hassan do it. I don't want to look Fox News doing this.
A broken windshield.
But the Democrats do need to defend him, because this isn't just about him. But what they're doing is they're making him a target.
Oh, we don't always see eye to eye.
So here, I'll let him speak.
I know we don't always see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. But you have to literally, at some point, I know you don't want to do this, defend me. And not because you love what I have to say, not because I'm a part of this coalition, even though I am, whether you like it or not. But you are going to inevitably have to say, this is a ridiculous conversation that we're having, because the real conversation that Republicans don't want to have is the cost of living crisis. That requires you, at some point, to basically take the L a little bit, okay? And maybe be a little bit more honest about how I'm not this dangerous, toxic, radical force. I'm not expecting you to defend clips out of context or anything like that. I'm not even expecting you to defend some of these statements at all. I think you should probably attack the form. You should attack the form. You should attack the function. You should probably attack the very reason as to why Republicans have made this or are trying to make this a salient line of attack, instead of just allowing the Republicans to consistently make this the number one fucking issue, because every moment that the Republicans are talking about this and you're leaning into it is a fucking another moment where you're not talking about the issues, and it will actually become a salient narrative, and it will be awful.
As we go, once he fears about even right media talks about Hassan more than. And here's the thing too, right? And I'll do the little game they always do when they always mention, what about Hassan? What about Hassan, right? Asmongold just said that children should be shot. I did a whole video on that. You guys can watch it yourself. He said that children should be shot. He has spread genocidal rhetoric. Elon Musk retweets him, converses with him, talks to him on posts like that. That gets no traction, no nothing. Asmongold is unfortunately a huge content creator. He probably has a bigger audience than Hassan. No one gives a shit about that. Asmongold gets to talk about politics however he wants, as disgusting as he wants, to talk about the most hateful, divisive things and be pro-hate. He supports Nick Fuentes, white supremacists, all that shit, right? He supports that stuff. He advocates for people to die. Hassan says he wants the streets to run with the blood of capitalists. And no one wants to give him the benefit of doubt that he's speaking in colorful language to talk about the fact that capitalism's bad, the way that capitalists bleed us is unfair. No, his is literal. But Asmongold can literally talk about killing children. Killing children. Nothing. Vice President knows who he is and interactions with him. Elon Musk knows his interactions with him. Nothing. That makes no news, nothing. But because Hassan is campaigning with left-leaning or leftist progressive candidates, everyone's attacking them. This is my point here. I don't give a shit if you like Hassan or not. But the problem is there is no protection from the right or far right when it comes to this kind of rhetoric, because Democrats have capitulated on every important issue. On every important issue, they have capitulated. There are no Democrats really defending trans people. They're barely defending women's rights in general. You don't see them hammering home about affordability. You see the DSA candidates, you see the left-leaning candidates do that. You're seeing centrist and liberal Democrats talking about, well, hey, data centers aren't that bad. Oh, but Israel deserves to exist. We should continue funding them. That's actually what we should do. Like, they capitulate everything. And going back to the people like, well, Hassan didn't promote Kamala Harris. His promotion of her doesn't matter because he's still going to vote blue. He didn't fucking vote for Trump. He didn't vote for Jill Stein. He voted for Kamala. He just didn't endorse her. Leftist policies are populist policies. People love the policies. But when Democrats don't even support people in their tent and they reach for the people on the right, they are consistently pushing left-leaning people further and further and further away to make room in their supposed big tent for people who just want to destroy them. And so now we're at a point where a Twitch streamer is the focal attack point, which honestly shows how afraid Republicans are of people focusing on issues to better us. Again, I do not care if you like Hassan or not, or you don't like him or not, but the policies he advocates for are good policy. Socialist policies are to our benefit as a society. Like, we've gotten to the point where, like, we just can't imagine better. We can't imagine better. And because we can't, we attack those who do. And now you have an apparatus in place for mainstream media to single out one person. And not to be like a doom and gloom guy, but Charlie Kirk got popped. And Charlie Kirk didn't even get coverage like this, man. You had to seek out Charlie Kirk's content. You had to seek him out. Fox News is putting Hassan on the cycle 24/7. I would not be surprised if they had some more insidious motives for doing that. They don't even talk about, like, Biden. They don't talk about any political officials. They just talk about him now. He's on everyone's market. He's on everyone's target. CNN had a panel talking about Hassan Piker and how Abdul should not campaign with him, even though Abdul won. Like, oh, well, he won't win the general. Why not? Abdul's policies are his policies. Like, Abdul's policies are his own policies. They're not Hassan's talking points. They just agree on policy. But everything comes back to him. And again, because he has so many insane haters, it's an easy attack point. But he does need to be defended, especially from fucking people like Destiny. Because what Destiny's doing now is taking any opportunity to completely use it as opportunity to come back. Okay? And what he's doing is stalking him and everyone attached to him. Oh my God. Like, look at this. And these are his ops.
I don't want to have. Oh my God, look at these fucking context notes. There's LSF. Hassan has been over 2 years attacking.
We need to start community noting this Adri chick on every bad tweet we can find. Like when she's tweeting stuff that's not correct, because she's his #1 fucking spokesperson, and almost everything he says is a lie. We should start community noting the fuck out of her. It'll drive him crazy.
So in order to drive Hassan crazy, he wants to attack another another poster on Twitter. Right? But because of losers like Destiny, Fox News has an avenue to attack. There are entire subreddits dedicated to supporting Destiny and his attacks. And he just openly calls for harassing the people, and then he goes like, well, I can't understand why people don't want me around. All I do is fucking harass people all the time. I'm just obsessed with Hassan. But so is the mainstream media. So is the right media. And now they can just use whatever this fucking loser does and attack him. And again, I do not care if you like Hassan Piker. That's not relevant here. What's relevant is there is an apparatus at place that puts left-leaning people or even libs and Dems in danger, and they are doing nothing to counteract that. Besides the people who you think it is, like Rashida Tlaib, right? Because she's based and awesome. But she also sees that this is an attack on First Amendment rights. They can't. He's not allowed to go to the UK, right? Because of his dangerous rhetoric. They also recently canceled again because Fox News has this covered, right? They also canceled an event for him. Slumberg event cancellation sparked intervention from top house progressive. Jayapal says, oh, sorry, it was Jayapal. Sorry, my bad. Says she's personally communicating with the University of Washington over free speech concerns. Everyone who's about a free speech advocacy are suddenly really, really quiet. Really, really quiet that now they're canceling, they're censoring people. Because remember when this was happening to the right, oh my God, they don't want free speech. They don't want Americans to use their rights. But now it's happening to left-wing people. It's like, well, we actually like that. We actually love it. We love that shit. We think it's awesome. Like, this is bad. This is bad. Like, this is a canary in a coal mine situation. And everyone's like, well, he's a radical. He's a radical. Dog, they're going to call you a radical because you want free healthcare. As if that's something impossible for you to get. They'll call you a radical because you want to see that people aren't dying in the streets from preventable diseases. Martin Luther King was called a radical. Think he's on the right side of history here. But again, everyone's just taking this opportunity to be like, yeah, we fucking hate Hassan. It doesn't matter. It's like, okay, with Denims, right? The Denims and Ethan Klein thing. People are like, Denim sucks. Denim's an OnlyFans whore. Denim's this. She's this. She's that. She's dumb. She's ugly. She's annoying. She's stupid. Doesn't matter if you think those things. Because if Denims loses her case against Ethan Klein, that changes the content for everybody. Every slop YouTube channel would lose their revenue. Because anyone could be like, that was misuse. That was misuse. That's misuse. Like, her winning against Ethan Klein by using his own precedents against him was a good thing for everyone, even if you don't like her. Hassan being attacked by the government, because he's also on the list of like left-wing extremists, is bad. This is literally the reason why we have freedom of speech in the first place. But when you have like the government and the right-wing media, and at this point mainstream media, all attacking one person What do you think's going to happen? People always talk about Hassan like, oh, he's a champagne socialist. He's a rich guy, but he advocates for these causes, which is a good thing. But let's take them at their face value. If a rich, nepo, socialist, multi-millionaire is at the mercy of this, what the fuck think's going to happen to you? I'll tell you what's going to happen to you. The government's going to throw you in jail. And because you're a poor person, you have no recourse. And if you think I'm just being hyperbolic, let me introduce you to a woman called Autumn Hill. Autumn Hill is a trans woman, which is important for this, is a trans woman who was recently incarcerated for 50 years. And you know what her crime was? You guys want to hear what her crime was? Want to hear what Autumn Hill's crime was? I would tell you. In fact, I will show you. I will show you. On July 4th, 2025, over a dozen people held a protest outside the Prairie Land Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, detention facility in Alvarado, Texas, around 40 miles from Dallas. It was a noise demonstration, a type of protest that uses loud noisemakers, which included incantation fireworks, as a form of civil disruption. As night went on, tension escalated as some protesters broke off and committed several acts of vandalism, eventually leading police officers to arrive on the scene. So after that, unknown assailants fired shots at the officers, with the Justice Department reporting that one of them was struck non-fatally in the neck area. Okay, right? Autumn Hill attended the protest, but says she left hours before shots were fired. But that didn't stop the police from raiding her home and arresting her for an alleged involvement in protest, identifying her as a suspect on the charges of terrorism. Then in October, the Trump administration got involved, accused Hill and 8 other defendants, 3 of whom, including Hill, are trans, of being Antifa terrorists and Antifa cell operatives. And you know what happened? She was convicted for riot, providing material support to terrorists and conspiracy to use and carry an explosive, namely the fireworks that were used. She was sentenced to 50 years in prison. The material support that she had were zines. They were zines. That was the material support she had. They were zines. Sentenced to 50 years in prison. That's more than double the sentences of the former Proud Boy chairman Enrique Tarrio and Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes, who were the key leaders in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. So this is where we are at. These things may look disconnected, but we are very much here. The charges are trumped up. Trump administration. These are false charges. Because you know why? Because Antifa isn't a membership. It's not a thing, right? It's not a thing at all. And she didn't do anything. Sentenced to 50 years. 50 years. And if you think this is unrelated to what's happening with Hassan, you're not paying attention. Hassan's a rich person. He might be able to fight this. This person wasn't rich. 50 years on some made up bullshit. They're already trying to push left wing as an extremist group. They already have this thing, like you saw, left wing extremism. Antifa. You're a part of an Antifa cell. You're part of an Antifa organization. Hassan is a well-known socialist, well-known leftist. What's to say they don't slap him with the you're advocating Antifa principles? 100 years in jail. Hey, you want to advocate for social work or social services? That's terrorism. You don't like AI data centers? Guess what? That's cyber terrorism. That is where we're at. That is where we're at. That is where we're at. We're trying to make like anti data centers a bad things. anti-tech. They're calling it anti-tech extremism. That's what they're trying to pass out. Anti-tech extremism. Because these libs, these dirty libs, these lefties, they're gonna break our stuff. They're anti-terrorist, they're anti-tech terrorism. Anti-tech extremism. Insanity. But this is where we're at. So when you see the mainstream media hyper-focusing on these targets, notice how they were targeting trans people. The right was targeting trans people, and now we are talking about trans people in the WNBA that doesn't exist, right? They're dominating all of these conversations. And when you start to dominate conversations like this, you start to change public perception. If all you see is trans people trying to invade women's spaces, these biological males trying to harm young girls and women, what do you think the perception of trans people is going to be? If the only thing you see about Hasan is he's a leftist, and they're saying he's a terrorist, he's an abuser, he hates black people, he's this, wow, being on the left must suck. I'm going to vote for anti-left policies. I'm happy that he's losing protections. Let's violate his First Amendment rights. But don't worry, no one else's First Amendment rights will be violated. Just him. Just who the government decides is worthy of that. Like, it's insane. And again, all of this happens because the Democrats are fucking weak. They capitulate on everything. They capitulate on everything. If Republicans are making a talking point, Democrats will be like, okay, you know what? I won't hang around Hasan Piker because Republicans say he's bad. Meanwhile, these Republicans are hanging around pedophiles. These Republicans are supporting people like Andrew Tate, Elon Musk, Asmongold. These are the people who are making character judgments. Oh, but Hasan's bad, you guys. He's a terrorist because he's Muslim, you see. And that's why Mehdi Hasan likes him, because he's Muslim. And that's why Dr. Abdullah Saeed likes him, because they're Muslims. Like, you can just be crazily Islamophobic. You can attack with First Amendment rights. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Because you have these dumbasses. You have these Republicans, these Democrats who would just be like, well, yeah. He says we shouldn't give money to Israel. He's not in our group. He's not part of our coalition. Like, it's just insane to me, dog. It's insane. Like, it's like, oh, fucking hell, man. We're never going to get better if this is what we do. Things are never going to get better if we do not take these stands. If we don't take these easy wins, it's never going to get better. I do not understand why Democrats let Republicans frame everything. They let them frame everything. Do you know what's happening under this Republican government? Flock cameras. There are cameras that are using AI to track your every move without your permission. We are reaching Orwellian levels of shit. We are having our rights trampled. ICE is out there killing citizens, deporting people en masse. Deporting people who are citizens, deporting people by using their children as hostages, separating families. Children are dying in ICE custody. You can't afford groceries. You can't afford school. You can't afford housing. If you get sick, they're going to kill you. Your insurance is going to deny you. Also, they can make a little bit more money. They're deporting people and they're tricking you and saying that if you get rid of Mexicans, you can have a house. And you're falling for all of this framing. And they're trying to tell you that a Twitch streamer is more dangerous than a politician who's in the pocket of these tech oligarchs. They're trying to convince you that a streamer has more power over your life than these elected officials. They want to distract you from all of the corrupt shit they're doing. They want to distract you from the fact that, again, you can't afford anything. You can't afford a goddamn thing. But as long as we own the libs, you guys, as long as we own these communists, these socialist communists, I don't know what communism is, but it sounds scary. I don't know what socialism, but it sounds scary. As long as we own these things, I'll be able to afford a house then. Let's get 20 more million Mexicans out of this country, and I swear just 20 million more, you guys, and I promise you we can have affordable housing. I promise you we can afford affordable housing. People can't afford to hit, but let's focus on this. Yeah, exactly. The thing is too is this is the same shit that's happening in gaming. You guys, listen, I'm telling you, if we get rid of the gay people, if we get rid of trans people in gaming, I promise you the next video game that comes out will be awesome and based. If we just make sure there's no pride flags in anything ever, if gay people don't exist in society anymore, I'm telling you, the video games will be better. Like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. We're living in a system that doesn't work. Capitalism doesn't work. It does not work at all. It's a failing system that's consistently needing to get bailed out by either government intervention or by exploiting labor. But when you point that out, oh, you guys are just dirty communists. Capitalism doesn't work, big dog. Does it make sense that we are the richest country on the face of this planet in history, and yet most of us are living paycheck to paycheck? We have a government that does not take care of us at all, but you have these smaller countries that are practicing more democratic socialism where they have safety nets and they have a better outlook and better outcomes for citizens. Do you guys remember when the Olympics happened? The World Cup happened, and people were coming over and they're like, what do you mean you guys don't have free healthcare? What do you mean you guys don't have this? How do you not have this? How do you not have this? I was like, oh, well, no, they charge us for this. Like, oh, just for like the visit? No, for everything. It's like, but you have insurance. Yeah, they charge us for that too. And they won't pay unless we hit a deductible, unless we hit a minimum. It's like, what? Well, Americans don't budget and our consumers. See, I wouldn't even go that far. I mean, we are consumers, but it's impossible to budget when everything is unaffordable. Like, you can't budget your way to buying groceries when groceries cost $20 for bread. You can't budget that. You can't budget that when gas prices are $6 a gallon. You can't budget without money. People can't even afford rent, and they're working multiple jobs. And we're the richest country. We have all the billionaires. And yet we can't do anything. We can't do anything. America dominates a third of the world's consumption. I get that. But okay, let's talk about us here in this chat. Okay? Just to give a perspective, right? Even though we live in a country that is one of the thirds of the world's consumption, that doesn't mean we have money. I live paycheck to paycheck. I don't even have enough to be able to save because everything is super expensive. Everything is super expensive. So it doesn't matter how much we consume. It's the price of things. That's what matters. It's the price, not the consumption. It's the price of it. And look what's happening now. You can't even buy groceries because they might kill you. The groceries might kill you. Like, think about that. The groceries that you purchase might kill you. The ones that cost most of your paycheck, we got rid of most inspections for like FDA purposes. We're recalling everything. And if you're poor in this country, they hate you. You're poor in America, they want you to die and they hate you. I was talking about this earlier at work, actually. We got this conversation about how Americans are not collectivists. America will never be collectivist because the idea of coming together to benefit everyone is, to them, anti-American. Like, straight up. It is anti-American. It's anti-American. If you talk about taking care of your neighbor, and that meaning like even something as small as wearing a mask when you're sick out in public, you're impeding on my sense of self-expression. We should have free healthcare. Why? So these druggies can get help with their addiction? No. I don't want my taxes to help someone who's lazy. Like, that's the American fucking way. It's hypocrisy, it's selfishness. The only people who get to benefit from socialistic practices are rich people. Like, they will tell you straight up, oh, well, this is too big to fail. Oh, the stock market made bad decisions. Okay, the government would bail them out. Oh, here's a PPE loan. Oh, you can't pay a PPE loan. Oh, you can't pay it back. Daily Wire, you can't pay it back. We'll forgive you. Oh, but you, struggling family of 4, oh, we're sending you to jail. It's like that. And then again, going back to like what's happening with Hassan, I'm like, all of this shit is such a distraction. It's such a distraction. The thing with Hassan, the thing with the WNBA and like trans people, like, it's all a distraction from the fact that they have not made anyone's lives besides themselves better. That's it. That's the big con. That's the big thing they want to pull you away from. No one's life has gotten better besides the people closest to Trump and his allies. That's it. No one's life has gotten better. Like, all of the statistics out there are telling you things are worse. I drive an electric car, so I'm kind of spared from this. But if you guys drive a gas-powered vehicle, guess whose gas prices are going to shoot up more and more because the Strait of Hormuz is closed? Guess which presidency did that? You want to buy a house? Not in this market. Unless you were a private equity firm, you're not buying shit. Oh, you want to be able to go outside and not have your face fucking scanned by these cameras? Nope. Flock cameras are everywhere. Oh, do you want to have natural land in parks? No. We need to bulldoze those for the AI data centers. But don't worry, you guys. We're gonna make sure Hassan Piker gets deported back to New Brunswick, New Jersey, and that'll make your life better. We can't have Dr. Abdul Al-Said winning. So we'll talk about how Hassan kills his dog or whatever. Am I going to give you any policies that would help you? No, but this guy's a dog abuser. That should be enough, right? Let's all hate on this guy. He abuses his dog. You can't afford groceries. Well, affording food is actually kind of lame. $20 burritos are fine, you guys. Just go shopping. Just go grocery shopping. Just what did that guy say? Oh, what the fuck was his name? They were talking about the $20 burritos, and he was like, "You guys need to just eat ramen like I did." Who was it? It was the same people who were talking about like how under Biden shit was too expensive. Now it's like a $20 burrito. And they're like, oh, who cares? Who gives a shit? Look, this is okay. Yeah, the pirate Dan Crenshaw. That's what it was. The pirate. I hate that you saying the pirate guy made me realize it was Dan Crenshaw. But, okay, you know what's crazy? You guys want to know why we live in a wacky timeline? Because this is Brett Cooper. This is Brett Cooper talking about
why
this.
I don't talk about politics as much anymore, or why I started to feel burned out, or whatever it is. And it's because I started to feel freaking crazy because of things like this. So this was Dan Crenshaw in 2021 under Biden. America, our food prices are too high. What are you going to do about inflation? Biden admin, just be vegan and stop complaining, you bunch of rubes. But then now, 5 years later, in 2026, in light of the grocery $20 burrito affordability debate over on X right now, this is what he posts. Same guy. He says, just hearing about this dumb $20 burrito debate, so I thought I'd just make the losers on social media angry before going to bed. Stop whining and get a job. Eat ramen like the rest of us did in college, on a budget with 4 roommates. The market doesn't care what you think something should cost. Only communists care. They set prices, remember? Then everyone starves, remember? Are you a communist, or are you an American adult male capable of handling his own shit?
Listen, I'm gonna just say, Brett Cooper, I know you're married and you have a child or whatever, but like, no, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. We're all allowed to have our. Come on, man. Like, it's a hear me out, but not a hear me out because like her physical attractiveness. But like, I know, we do not align morally, but like, she's not ugly. But yes, the worst person you know made a good point, right? I'm gonna move this here because I think that's a bad pause. Here we go. But this exactly, right? Knowing these people have convictions, like it's all a game and a joke to these people because it doesn't affect them. Like, stop whining, get a job, eat ramen like the rest of us did in college. Do you think we're all in college? Do you think we're all college students? This is to highlight the fact that things have gotten way too expensive. That even a $5 burrito is like $20 now. This is what they're talking about. The price of everything edible for now has gone up. That's why they only talk about communists now. Now it's communism, right? The market doesn't care what you think something should cost. Only communists care. Then you know what? This is an endorsement for communism because the market should care what something should cost. The market should care what we think it should cost because we're paying for it. Only communists set prices. And then they were also talking about like how Trump is, it's so annoying, dog. It's so fucking annoying, dog. Like we're just in this constant hell where everything is terrible. No one wants things to get better. No one wants things to get better. Like, for example, Senate AG panel set to vote on rotisserie chicken and SNAP. A pending Farm Bill amendment could change a decades-old policy that prohibits hot foods from being eligible under federal nutrition aid. This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. Why do we even have a policy that prohibits hot foods from being able to be used on SNAP? Oh, because we hate poor people. We hate poor people. Justice planned to ask for a vote, the amendment during the markup. We're borderline inhumane, really, if we can't get that in. Justice told Politico in a brief interview. Why deny people the right to have a warm meal? I mean, it isn't about the rotisserie chicken. It's about a warm meal. Exactly. Like, do you know how evil you have to be like, poor people don't even deserve to eat, but since we're legally required to take care of our citizens, no hot foods. Everything cold. Everything cold and at least a month old. I better not see any of you guys having a hot piping sandwich. I better not see you guys having hot burritos because this burrito cost me $20 and you guys get through free benefits. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like, it's ghoulish that this has to be a debate, that this has to be voted on. Like, it's ghoulish that this has to be voted on. And then they go like, why aren't people having children? Why aren't people having kids? Why do you think, dog? Why would I bring a child into this world where you treat people like this? Like, it's It's insane. Like, why is this a problem? I thought hot meal isn't eligible already. No, it is. I'm saying this is a confirmation to make it eligible because it's inhumane to deny people a hot meal. Like, it's a rotisserie chicken. This is some shit I never understood. Why do people care? If you are struggling so much that you need to rely on government assistance, I don't care. In fact, I want you to have more benefits. You know what? Maybe this is my hot take. I think someone on benefits should be able to go to fucking Red Lobster and treat themselves. Why can't we we don't treat people like humans? I just have to suffer. Oh, I want to have food. Okay, you can only have the gruel they served in Oliver Twist. That's it. That's it. You can't have anything hot. Matter of fact, go dig in the back of this dumpster. That's your meal for the next week because you dirty, disgusting poor. It's like, what? How does it affect you if a poor person has a rotisserie chicken? They couldn't afford it any other way, and they wanted to eat a chicken. Hell, I don't care if they wanted to have Kobe beef. It doesn't affect you. If I have $100 and they have $5 and something costs $10, am I going to be mad that someone gives them $5 for them to buy it or someone buys it for them? What does that do with me? It only costs me $10 no matter what. Oh, they got it for free. They're on benefits. This is like being jealous of someone who's incarcerated. They get 3 meals a day in a hot bed. They are in jail. You get to have as many meals as you want. You get to leave your home and come back. You get to go watch Spider-Man Brand New Day, which everyone should. They don't get to do that. They're in prison. They're told when to wake up, when to sleep, when to eat. And they get like 40 minutes of outside time. But you want to focus on the fact that, oh, well, they have 3 hot meals. That's not fair. They have a hot bed. That's not fair. Hey, you know what? If that's your concern, maybe you should look into these systems we're talking about where you could also guarantee yourself to have 3 meals a day through social programs like Universal Basic Income. Maybe if housing was a right and not a commodity, you would have to worry about where to put your head at night. But no, let's attack the poor people who want a fucking rotisserie chicken. But let's not look at the rich people who are buying up all the land that makes your shit unaffordable. Let's not talk about these politicians who are getting these deals by looking the other way and then having investments in these companies that are making sure that your chicken has salmonella in it. Let's not be mad about these people. Let's get mad at a Twitch streamer. Forget the fact that, again, you can't afford groceries, you can't afford shit. Let's get mad at a Twitch streamer. Let's attack people who do not have the power to institute the change that we need. And let's ignore the people who are in power, who can affect our day-to-day lives. My mom used to be on Snap, but now as a grown-ass man, I don't care person about it. I don't care either. It makes no sense. I pay taxes regardless. I would much rather my taxes make it so everyone can get food, shelter, and be taken care of medically. I would much rather have free healthcare, universal basic income than what we have now. I will pay the taxes because it's a social benefit. That's one thing Americans just as a whole just do not understand. This system as it is right now doesn't benefit you because the people who have power are going to change the rules so you can get no power. Do you guys remember what happened with the GameStop Wall Street bets, right? How a bunch of Redditors looked at a stock for GameStop that was being shorted and started to pump money into it. And then the stocks went up and 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 up. The government got involved and changed the rules and said you can't do that. You know who's allowed to do that? Hedge fund managers. Hedge funds do the same thing. They look at potential stocks for you and they invest your money for you. And they can intentionally pump a stock. They intentionally short stocks. But rich people get to do whatever they want. But if you're not rich, you're going to stay not rich. Unless you win the fucking lotto, or you're a content creator and your shit pops off and everyone gives you money and loves you, you're most likely going to stay in your area. Most of us are a paycheck or two away from being in poverty than we are from being even making $100,000 a year. But everyone in this country thinks they're embarrassed millionaires, temporarily embarrassed millionaires. You're not. You are not. And you're certainly not going to become a billionaire. You think those people are going to let you get rich? You're the exploitable class. You're the reason why they're rich. But that's communism. Yes, I'm also close to being homeless and getting a house. Like, but it's communism. It's communism if you say that. It's communism if you say that you think there can be a world that's better than what we have now. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And again, like, look at this shit, right? This is Hassan's talking about fighting against undemocratic, un-American forces of Trumpism, which means protecting free speech and due process, two fundamental rights Trump is actively seeking to destroy at this moment. Trump has always been anti-free speech and anti-due process. He's always been like that. He's always been like that, right? And then you have Shannon Watts, who's obsessed. By the way, she blocked me. I don't know why. I've never mentioned her. I've never talked about her. But Shannon Watts has blocked me. I think it's so hilarious. When Trump threatened to arrest Adam Schiff for being his political enemy, Hassan Piker said, "Oh my God, I hope they arrest him. Oh my God, I hope that he goes to prison. Yeah, this is political. Sure, I don't care. Lock him up, lock him up. I voted for him. This is a joke, you dumbass." Let's look at the clip, shall we?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, this is political. Sure, I don't care. Lock him up. Lock him up. He got, dude, he literally got, I know this is fucking absolutely malicious. I know this is malicious. I know Trump is doing this out of pure malice. This motherfucker got like $6 million from AIPAC. Okay? Lock him up.
He's not being serious. He voted for him. He was joking. It was a joke. Look, Piker is a putrid, hard-lip, authoritarian, decent, progressive shit spent all of Trump won fighting against Trump at a great cost to himself, and this is what he gets from Piker. F you, douche. And it's like, this is my point here. Oh my God, who cares? There is a literal insane dictator in office, and you choose to incessantly tweet about a millennial Twitch streamer. I have lost so much respect for you over the past year. Lock in Shannon, good Lord. Bitch, it was a joke. Get it life. Yeah, exactly. The Twitch streamer you're mad about isn't even defending himself with this instance. He's talking about Trump being undemocratic. He's talking about this right here, right? And then her response is, but Hassan said this a couple years ago about Adam Schiff. And it's a joke, but what if it wasn't? It's like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. All these people who swear they're like politically intelligent and they're about like progressive policies will drop that premise if they can get a second of attention. If they can get some more clout off of hating on Hassan, then their principles fall at the wayside. And this person about to show you, he's not a principled person by any stretch of the imagination. But he's also obsessed with Hassan. Everyone's obsessed with Hassan at this point. It is Oh, I was on my reply. It's on my page right here. This guy right here. Sleepy Dev or whatever. He goes, no, Hassan, you are in fact a dangerous, toxic, radical force, and I don't need to defend you. Get deported, loser. Because Hassan talking about the Democrats should defend him. Dev here is Canadian. I gotta lock this out. He is Canadian. He's not American. He is Canadian. He's not even in this country. He's from Canada. He's from Canada, and he's doing this shit. Why? Because it's popular to just hate on Hassan. Forget your stances. It's Canadian. It's Canadian. It's like, get deported. Hassan's from New Jersey. Canada. Account based in Canada. Mind you, this guy's account, he has been like saying like the N-word and all this stuff. But he wants to act like he's this super leftist. He's this super libbed up dude, and he's all about progress and Democrats and what have you. He is a Canadian, and this is him also. Same guy. Never apologized for this. Never like I was being edgy. Just like, yeah, I said that, and yeah, I said that, and. And if you go to Audrey's account, who's actually a cool person, she had to lock this down because people were being fucking weird. Most likely Destiny people, which is why I showed you that clip. Again, it's people just going, oh, well, he deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves it. And I'm like, you guys, you're missing the point. But everyone wants to just dunk on Hassan and attack him, including the fucking government. This is a citizen of the United States exercising their free speech, gets attacked. Other people who advocate the murder of children on this very same site, one of them got banned for doing that. Nothing. Like, to be like he's a dangerous, toxic, radical force. What is so dangerous about him? What is so dangerous about Hassan Piker? What is so unattainable about him? Like, everyone just says, oh, they're so dangerous. They're so dangerous. What's so dangerous about him? What's so dangerous about him? What's the danger? And again, you don't have to like him, but holy shit, look at what's happened. Like, look at what's happening. And then jumping off of that, I know people were talking about, like, everyone talking about Woke 1 versus Woke 2.0. I'm going to see what the man carrying thing is going to say first.
It's become obvious we need to address some changes that have happened over the years. Let me start first by asking...
What, are you going to do a land acknowledgement?
No, but should we? Pronouns?
There we go.
What?
Nobody has time for this.
The differences between us have become heightened. I feel that as your progenitor,
Gross.
I have some responsibility in your current outlook.
What outlook, man? We're sitting in your master bedroom.
Primary.
Talking about what? Words?
Ideals and goals.
That's why everyone wants to distance themselves from you. Woke 1 was kind of crazy.
You're just a fearful step backwards. We had Donald Trump, COVID, the Imagine music video. We had no choice but to be bold in our language. Also, I just want to point out that we're both white heterosexual men having this conversation. Just want to acknowledge that.
I acknowledge
So
it.
what? You're so much better now. Just me, but scared to look stupid.
We're evolving, understanding optics, recognizing we can't win and help people's material circumstances unless we chill on the culture war stuff.
You mean lose on culture war stuff, which you clearly have, which is why you're so aloof and holier than thou.
Please, we're cool now. We're less tax the rich and more fuck the rich.
Language.
During Woke 1, we'd be like, let's defund the police. During Woke 2, we're like, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about something else.
Do you hear yourself? Hey folks, it's me, Woke 3.
Can you educate this moron?
Woke 3? Yeah, it's me, Woke 3, kind of a metatextual wokeness written to critique and stand apart from whatever conversations happen happening. Tell us who becomes president. Oh, there's no more presidents. I'm from way into the future. We don't get to woke 3 for a while. So we just cycle back and forth between woke 1 and woke 2 for many decades, debating semantics and optics and so forth. I don't understand. As woke 3, I more or less exist to critique the various eras of wokeness, but even then my use is more academic, useful to researchers of past eras. I don't understand. I'm a postmodern invention. I'm commenting upon the text. Friend that's a little too woke. Am I right? Shut the fuck up. That's my thing.
You know what though? Honestly, don't hate it, but yeah, this is.
So the Odyssey movie's woke.
No, stop, apparently. Stop autoplay, stop autoplay, stop. I did see this conversation. It's about
become
woke
obvious
1 and woke 2.0, and I'm gonna say some shit that probably you guys have heard before, but whatever. Woke 2.0 sucks. Bring back what was happening woke 1.0. Woke 2.0 to me is simply all the white libs who used to be like edgy, like more center right people are just adopting the same rhetoric, the same energy, but just directed towards a now acceptable target. Meaning, they also want to be able to say the R word, but they want to say it wokely. They want to be able to call you an F slur, but they want to say it wokely. They're cool. Woke 1 was too stuffy, you guys. They were suits. We're edgy. We're cool. We'll also allow you to talk shit about trans people, and we'll say slurs about trans people too, but we'll say it in defense of them. Well, we will say we love our queer brothers and sisters, but I'll call them F slurs. Who gives a shit about the words we use, dog? It's about the message. Woke 2.0 is a capitulation to right-wing tactics. And now, as someone who's always been a little more aggressive in my tactics, I still do not use slurs, right? I don't try to go the slur route on people. Okay, I think there's a better ways to communicate. I'm still pretty aggressive, I'm not going to lie, because I fucking hate these people and they're awful. But you've never seen me use like an R slur or any sort of slurs, racial slurs against these people. Unless they're black, but I can do that. You know, I can say the coons because they're cooning. But like, besides that, I don't have to do that. I can call them morons, troglodytes, dumbasses, idiots. But notice how they really want to use the R slur. They really want to go back to just like, they want to compete in the optics arena. I don't give a fuck about that. Okay? I don't want to be like, oh, look at the other cool side. They look cool. These people are morons. I don't care if they think I'm cool. I don't care if they think I'm cool. That's not my existence. That's not just my existence. That's what Republicans, that's what conservatives do. They want to look cool. Look, we don't give a shit about anything. We hate people. Hating is awesome. It's not. At least woke 1 had goals. At least woke 1 had a sense of community, people trying to be better. I can deal with someone being quote unquote too woke by telling, okay, dial it back a bit. But then woke 2 is an overcorrection. Like, yeah, man, like he mentioned in this video, don't talk about defunding the police. Let's not even do that. Let's just walk back from that conversation. Whoa, ICE is suddenly popular. How did that happen? Hey, let's kind of get off of talking about pronouns and stuff. Whoa, they're really going after trans people. Oh well. Like, no, I'd rather someone be too woke. I'd rather that than this shit that we're dealing with now. Everyone just wants to be edgy. They're like, well, actually, woke 1 was. I'm like, and first off, I am not listening. I am not listening to any white person trying to explain what wokeness is to me. Like, straight up. Straight up. The main issue that a lot of people don't want to talk about is whiteness. Whiteness took over wokeness. So now woke has been taken to be like, oh, blue-haired libs. It has nothing to do with white people. For starters, wokeness has nothing to do with white people. It is a black person thing, not POCs. Black. It started in the black community, like most things. It started in the black American community. Because we use that as a way to make sure that our community was woke. hey, listen, the cops are acting up. Stay woke. Stay ready. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the social injustices you face for being black. That's where it started. But like everything in American history, whenever black people start something, they don't get to keep that shit. So then that becomes used by white people as a whole, whether they're Republicans, Democrats, leftists, far right, whatever. And now the operating meaning changes. First, it becomes, okay, just general awareness about social injustices, removing the racial component to it, which is always step one. Sanitize it. This is not about the black struggle now. It's about just the struggle. No, it's very unique to be a black American, and the way that black Americans are treated is unique upon us. It's not a minority thing, because even amongst minorities, black people get treated differently. But you sanitize it, right? You sanitize that, and then it goes to the next level. Okay, it's just social issues. And then once it gets to that level, now it can be picked apart and now it can be remolded. And now you have it where woke is just like, look at these blue-haired liberal feminists. That's when you have that picture of like that screaming lady when Trump won, right? They use that still to this day. That became the face of woke. Woke is the barista with blue hair and nose piercings, or someone who's queer. But again, it's through a very white lens. Black people would be called woke because we are minorities, but when they talk about wokers, they're looking at it through a white lens. That's why it's always the liberal arts feminist student at college, right? That's woke. That's wokeness. So woke one centering about like pronouns and all this other shit, right? But that's still, even with that, it's focused on whiteness. People talk about trans issue. It's focused on whiteness. All this is focused on whiteness. We removed so far from being black, and we're just talking about whiteness, which means we're talking about it being in general. Woke 2.0 is Trump's second term. That is like, hey, we tried being nice. We tried actually giving a shit about people's situations, but now we just want to be mean, but still wokely. So that means like, if you're fat and I don't like you and I'm woke, I'm going to call you a fat piece of shit. I'm going to fat shame you. But I'm doing it wokely. I'm going to call you a slur, but I'm wokely slurring you. I'm wokely slurring you, you guys. That's woke 2.0. Woke 2.0 is like, we're going to adopt the same exact tactics, the same rhetoric, honestly, but we're just going to aim it the other direction. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. And because that's what's happening, you're going to see people on Fox News talking about woke 2 and woke 1, and the Democrats are going to go worse. They're going to make it worse. Woke 2.0 is going to be awful, and this and the third. We're already giving them talking points. Woke 2.0 is how you get Graham Plattner. Woke 2.0 is how you get these dude bro politicians who you wouldn't want to leave your drink unattended around, but now because they can reach. Woke 2 is trying to reach conservatives. You're putting on the pride flag on a conservative. That's woke 2.0. Like, no, we're going to be as hateful. We're going to be as awful as they are. We're going to be more like them because it feels nice to just, don't you guys just want to say the R slur? Don't you guys just want to say the F slur? Like, don't you just want to do that? Like, that's what it is, baby. Woke 2.0, just like, we're also gonna use slurs. We're also gonna use slurs. I'm also going to be aggressive. And again, I want you guys to pay attention to the people who are like unironically talking about woke 2.0. Woke 2.0. They're white. They're white. Now, my personal stance on this is, I think it's dumb saying 1.0 and 2.0. Some black people were joking, but I think it's dumb. It's dumb. Because being aware of social injustice doesn't mean you have to be nice to the people who were committing it. I'm not some bleeding heart. You guys know that by now. When I talk about these grifters, there's no love or respect there for them. Fuck them. But I may use more intense language, but I'm not using like hateful rhetoric. I'm not calling them slurs or calling them like, oh, you're a woman, you're dumb. I'm not doing that shit because you don't need to. It's not necessary. You should be able to articulate without stooping to their level. That's not to say be nice to them, but you should be aware of the limits you need to go to. You do not need to engage them the same level. Because when you do that, they win. And I know this sounds like some Batman ass pep talk, but it's true. If you do that, they win. Because now if you guys are both throwing R slurs, you're attacking a community that has nothing to do with you, and you're saying you're defending them. That's like white people are going like, I'm woke, you guys, but I use the N-word. But I use it wokely. So when you call them N-word, that's wrong. But when I call it N-word, it's endearing. You're both white. No, it's not endearing when you say it. Never is. Never will be. And it's not that hard, in my book, to just be a decent fucking person. But everyone wants to be the edgiest person on the goddamn internet. As if that moves the needle in the positive direction. That's a regression. Like I remember when I was like 9 years old, 10 years old, like I'm talking like early 2000s, people would throw in the R word left, right, and center. Left, right, and center. But as I got older, people stopped doing that for a long time. And now I'm in my 30s, I'm seeing people bringing it back. Like, no, we missed, remember we were able to say that? I will never forget when Trump won a second term and people were like, I think it was like these like accountants were like, we just want to be able to say the R word without being in trouble. Like that was a motivating factor. Like that was what motivated them. They wanted to be able to say the R word. And I'm like, this is why? Like you basically damned the majority of this country because you want to be able to say the R word. Like that's it. You want to be able to be just a terrible person because we're fighting against cultural Marxism by saying a slur that has nothing to do with anything that you're defending. Like it's insane. Which is why you will never hear me say that. I will never say the R word. I will always call it the R word. Even if I'm reading it, I will always call it the R word. I won't call it the F word. I won't say the F word. Well, I'll say fuck, but I won't say the other one. That's derogatory towards gay people. Gay guys can say it if they want. I don't care. I'm not going to say it. It's not that hard. Like woke 2 to me was about losing your principles. And if it was that easy to lose your principles, your convictions, then you never fucking had them. You never had them. You just want to be edgy. You're like Destiny. No convictions, just wants to be edgy and contrarian for attention. That's it. You want to be seen as a good person, but you're not. You don't have conviction. Fruitcake? Yeah, that's the one. I can't say that. I can't say that at all. It is childish behavior. It is childish behavior, dude. Everyone's acting like children. Wait. Hold on. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do a huge pivot. I know I was talking about everything kind of seriously right now, but this is I don't get wanting to say those words anyways. It's just signals that you're not a safe person to be around. Exactly. Everyone wants to be like, oh, we could say the F. It's like when kids cuss and they cuss every 2 seconds. It's like, okay, you don't know how to handle it. This is why kids couldn't swear. You don't know how to handle it. You want to call everyone the R word, and it's like you can't think of anything else. You can't say someone's stupid, they're dumb, they're idiotic, they're troglodytes. You can even say like mentally slow, mentally not all there, mentally deficient. But it's like, no, you gotta say R word. They gotta be F slurs. Can't say a T word either because it's become a transphobic slur. It didn't become transphobic, buddy. It always was. I learned that a long time ago. It always was. But here, we're doing a hard pivot because I just saw this. I'm like, this can't be her. Apparently, this is old school Emaru, which I'm like, that can't be. That can't be her, right?
Chat was gonna be fucking retarded.
Oh, there we go. Maybe. Actually, maybe.
But I knew if I wore this shirt, because my aunt watches my stream sometimes, if I wore this shirt, I knew that chat was gonna be fucking.
That's Emaru? Old Emaru was just not holy shit. That's not even the same person, right? Oh, this is like a freak blog. That can't be the same person. That looks nothing like the same person. What? That what? Nah. Why did you think more serious and mature here? Before the fake shy anime girl left. What? What? I'm sorry. I know I completely pivoted, but no way. That's her? I mean, by the language, I can see, like, yeah, sure. But, like, does it make me misogynistic if I say she looks way better this way? Like, I don't. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I'm sorry. I'm stun locked. Okay, we'll do one more thingy because I want to talk about something else too, and then I'm gonna. This is a lighter note, by the way. This is a lighter note. This isn't going to be heavy anymore. Like I said, I was going to sandwich things together. This is a short stream today, anyways. Netflix shut down Night School. If you guys don't know, Night School is the studio that did Oxenfree and After Party. And they shut them down. Which fucking sucks. And they released a game called Unhinged, which is that Netflix game they did, and they just shut them down. Yeah, they're done. Netflix shuts down studio behind beloved narrative adventure Oxenfree. But you know what? I never understood why Netflix was trying to get into gaming in the first place. Like I never understood that pivot from them. Like I never thought that would be like a good choice for them. Moonloot was founded in 2022 and was working on Animal Crossing style game, but didn't release the game for close. I was gonna say, yeah, like Netflix had bought so many studios that released 0 games, and I'm like, why? But they want to focus on kid games. Listen to this. In a statement to GameFall, a Netflix spokesperson said that the decision to close the studio reflects an internal shift towards focusing specifically on kids gaming, party games, story-driven fare, and games with mainstream hooks, such as the widely panned FIFA World Cup that Netflix touted as one of the most successful launches before also closing the studio behind it. This is, without a doubt, the perfect encapsulation of the gaming landscape in 2026. The most successful launches they've ever had, and they closed the studio. Moonloot didn't even fucking get a chance to release a game. Night School and Moonloot are closing down entirely. I loved Oxenfree. I should finish playing Afterparty. I loved Oxenfree. And even this, they released Unhinged this year. I wanted to play this game. I just didn't know how it was supposed to work. But like it's done. Like that's it. That's crazy. Like it's welcome to gaming. But I said I wanted to end on a lighter note. And so what better way to end this stream than to talk about Tubi. Tubi is quickly becoming the best streaming platform out there. It just is. Tubi got all the Cartoon Network shows on for you to watch. They are putting out banger movies. And if you think I'm lying, I want you guys to look at this. Okay? Taye Diggs' wild Tubi scene has the internet losing it. I'm not going to set this up for you.
Look, I tried. I tried to be the perfect husband. I tried to be the perfect father, but your slutty mother had to go and kiss her ex-husband. So I had to take care of him. You killed our father? Yes, I killed your father! I did, and I killed... I'm sorry, but I killed your little boyfriend, too. No, yes. No. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know. Look, I tried.
Oh, my God. Oh, this is... Cinema. Cinema, you guys, is happening on Tubi. One more time. For posterity's sake.
I tried to be the perfect husband. I tried to be the perfect father, but your slutty mother had to go and kiss her ex-husband. So I had to take care of him. You killed our father? Yes, I killed your father!
I don't even need to know the premise of this setup. I don't need to know the name of this movie. This clip right here, put this shit in the Criterion Collection, okay? Put this in MoMA. This delivery, the way that he goes like, but you're a slutty mother, and then he goes, yes, I killed your father. And then the way, the peak part though, it's not that part,
had to go and kiss her ex-husband.
She's like, I want that. And I like the fact that he's pointing at the mom for her reaction, and then it cuts to
take care of him.
Like the camera should pan. The camera should pan towards her, right? But then it goes random coverage shot. You killed our father.
Killed our father? Yes, I killed your father.
I like how he's like, yes, I killed. And then the next part. The next part's what gets me.
I did, and I killed... I'm sorry, but I killed you.
Like, he said, it's all right. He's like, and I killed It's all right. But I killed your like right here.
I did.
Like watch this
And
part.
then I killed. I'm sorry, but I killed your little boyfriend too. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He's like, yes, I killed your father. And she's like, no. He's like, and hold on. And I also killed your little boyfriend too. No. Yes, I killed him too. Yes, I killed him too.
Sorry, but I killed your little
It's
boyfriend
all right.
too.
Like she's losing her mind. She's losing her mind. Like she's going through it. And he's just like, uh-huh. Like she's the only person screaming, by the way. I guess the Botox has made it impossible for her to emote. So they're really letting her carry the emoting happening here.
But I killed your little boyfriend too. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know.
Oh, they were in the wrong place at the. Oh, Taye Diggs. Between this and Run, Hide, Fight. I'm gonna be living. It's just This is so funny. I want this.
Killed your father! Yes, I killed your father! Yes, I killed your father!
This has got to be a reaction meme to something. Hold on, wait. What happened? Why did it delete? Oh. When you ask if I killed your father.
I killed your father! Yes!
Look, I tried.
This is the SpongeBob meme. Oh my god. I had seen other clips from this movie. It's called Stepfather, by the way, if you guys want to watch it. It's called Stepfather. You want to watch it? It's so. Oh my god! This is why cinema can never die. This is why cinema can never die. You need this. You need this. You need it. I'm telling you, Tubi is where it's at. And this is Tamar Braxton. And I'm like, she looks like she's on the Who. Like this is the woman from Whoville. But it's so fucking god, this is so good. This is so good. I hope Taye Diggs understands the joy he's brought. The joy he's brought to everyone who has seen this. I'm going to also see if I can get a copy of Run Hide. Well, actually, when is Run Hide Fight? Run Hide. When does that come out? I need a release date. Oh, September 16th. Oh, they're making me wait. They're making me wait. But also, AI could never. Artificial intelligence could never. It could never reach the heights. It could never reach these heights. But they've tried. Because, and I will end the stream on this. Do you guys remember that terrible AI dub of Banana Fish? Banana Fish it was an anime done on Amazon, and they had like that terrible AI dub. Remember that? I think I showed you guys this. But it sounded like this, for example.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find. Oh, here it goes.
Amazon just tried something really stupid with Banana Fish. They quietly added an AI English dub to Prime Video, and yeah, it was bad. Like, zero emotion, weird pauses, completely lifeless. It generally sounded like a text-to-speech voice reading an anime script.
There's tiny space. I need space to move. I said I need space.
Skipper, no, please. No, Skipper. With me. Come on,
Skipper,
Skipper.
no.
Hey, you gotta fight. Don't die on.
As you can imagine, people clocked it immediately.
So they did that, right? They did that, but we have returned. We have returned, you guys. So this is the Japanese dub.
Damn it. Everyone's
AI
trying to
dub.
get tiny space. I need space to move. I said I need space.
Now get ready, you guys. Like we said, AI could never. Look at this.
You can corner me in my own damn club.
We got real humans. We got real humans. We got real humans to do the voice acting. We have real humans to do the voice acting. And you can get the anger and the emotions that you're supposed to get. No more of the, I said I need space. No, that's bad. That's bad, you guys. We have real humans, real art. Just like the Tubi clip, real humans doing something will always be better than a robot. Always. It will always be better than a robot. If there's any positive things I can share from this stream, it's this. It's the indomitable will of the human spirit will overcome everything, okay? It will overcome everything. There is not a machine that can match the creativity, the drive, the passion of things created by human beings. We will never be replaced by ones and zeros, okay? That's all I want to let you guys know. That's it for today, by the way. This is supposed to be a shorter stream. I always say I do short streams, and then I'm here for almost 4 hours. But that's it today. That's it. It's done. It's done, you guys. And you know it's done because I'm going to the stream ending music, and the music's playing right now. But that's it. Thank you guys for joining. Who joined? If this was your first time, I normally stream on Saturdays, so look forward to the Saturday stream at hopefully a reasonable hour. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go get some food. Later.